thank you for what you do at BOCC. We pray in especially for those that can do, and those that fighting to keep us out of harm's way. Bless your holy name for you presented here tonight. We thank you for what they're going to do for us. We're going to do that. Bless your name, and we love you now. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone here this evening. This is a board workshop, and we will not be taking any action this evening. We don't have votes at this workshop, but we do sometimes determine a lot of things to take them to another meeting for a vote. With that said, we will go directly to number 3, representatives from Omnitrack and the Georgia Florida Railway, LLC, to discuss the Taylor County, Florida Competitiveness and Employment by Rail, CEDYR project with the board.
Wonderful.
Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Jason Smeek, and we are very excited to be here in front of you today. It's been a little while since we have provided an update on this project and been able to answer questions for you. Certainly, this has been a project that we've been working with Taylor County on for probably about 5 years now, and we have been selected for the grant. And so we'd like to spend some time this evening with you, talk through any questions that you have, and provide an update on how we see the project unfolding over the next couple of weeks, months, and frankly over the next year. So with that, let's move into some introductions. I am joined by a couple of my colleagues today. We have David Arterbright. David, maybe you can provide an introduction.
Sure. Nice to see all of you again. I represent the Government Affairs Group for Omnitrack and the Georgia Florida Railroad. Adam Nordstrom, my partner and I, wrote the application for the funding, and now we've handed off program management as opposed to award to Jason Smeek here, who's going to do a fantastic job to keep us all operating.
And I'm Adam Nordstrom. I'm a consultant to Omnitrack. I work out of Washington, D.C., do government relations, government affairs, grant writing, work very closely with Landon Foss, Representative Dunn in D.C., and other elected officials like that, and our friends at the U.S. Department of Transportation, who are ultimately going to be funding this project.
Great. Anthony?
I'm Anthony Cox. I'm a little new with Omnitrack. I've been in the industry for 35 years, and I've managed these types of projects in the past.
And I'm Jason Smeek, and I work across all of our strategic projects for the company. So those are large construction projects, any kind of company purchases that we do, anything very strategic in nature that's mandated by the team is what I work together to deliver. Okay? So as I mentioned, as part of our visit today, certainly we want to reintroduce ourselves. A number of you have met us before, but we are part of the road group based out of Denver, Colorado, and that is a family-owned business that covers real estate, transportation, our Great Western Oil and Gas Company, and our 3D Ventures, which is basically a fund that looks at healthcare technology, investing in that. So certainly from a expertise and a wherewithal perspective, we have the ability to deliver on this project. A little bit about Omnitrack. The Georgia Florida is part of Omnitrack. We operate short line railroads across the country and in Canada. We connect shippers with customers across the continent, really providing services such as general rail services, transloading, rail car switching, and car storage and repair. And we do have an extensive customer profile with market leaders in all areas of industry across the areas we serve, including commodities of chemicals, frac sand, food products, aggregates, grain, anything from wind blades all the way through energy, agricultural products, forestry products, petrochemicals, and building materials. And certainly have strong connections and relationships with the Class 1s of the large players that you all know, household names, BNSF, CSX, BNSF, KCSM, and DEP. And We do have 20 different short line railroads, about 400 rail customers, and 2,400 miles of track that we operate across. Any questions? Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the competitiveness and employment by rail CEBYR project. Go ahead and give us an overview, Dave.
Yep.
Yes.
Slow down. So, we just want to remind everyone here exactly what we applied for and what we're contemplating doing. Those of you that live and work in Taylor County every day know this railroad serves one purpose and one purpose only. It's an 81-mile private driveway, as I like to call it, from the point of interchange with Norfolk Southern in Adel, Georgia, down to the cellulose mill in Fulton. And the reason we wrote this grant and the reason we're requesting these funds is primarily to preserve and protect the 600 million sound for the residents today. The railroad is literally nothing more than a conveyance. We don't earn money if cellulose doesn't ship. So we propose to completely rebuild that railroad, all 81 miles from Adel, Georgia, down to Foley, at a total project cost of roughly $17 million, of which half, $8.6 million, is being provided in federal funding, and the other private match, $8.6, will be coming from Omnitrack.
Let's talk a little bit about the background of how this grant fits. Adam, can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to. This grant was awarded out of a competitive grant program at USDOT, Department of Transportation in Washington, D.C. They administer these funds. The program is called the Fast Lane Grant Program. We really like to come up with catchy acronyms and names. I don't actually remember what it stands for, but it's catchy. And there has been several $1 billion in competitive funds awarded through this program. What brings us here today, and what brings you all here today, is that privately owned railroads were not eligible direct applicants for this funding. Now, since the awarding of this grant, a new grant program has been created where railroads are eligible applicants, but in order to improve rail assets through this grant program, a local unit of government had to apply for the funding. So that's what brings Taylor County here. It's the county is the primary benefit. It's the county that the railroad serves. And so when we started working with the county, I guess probably about 4 or 5 years ago now, the understanding was that the county would apply for the grant and be the recipient of the funds. And so that's why you're involved in this, and we're very appreciative that you are. It makes this project possible because we couldn't have done it without a local grant applicant to support us. The objectives, and I think one of the reasons, there's probably 2 primary reasons why this grant was selected, and Dave already alluded to one of those, and it's the large number of jobs in the community that depend upon rail service. The second of those reasons is represented by Landon here, which is Representative Dunn. One of the first things that I think he did when he came to the U.S. House of Representatives was he picked up the phone and he called the Secretary of Transportation, and I'm sure he used some colorful language and forceful language that he used to have to do, and really strongly encouraged him to fund this program. So we're also very appreciative of Congressman Dunn and what he did to make this possible, and we want to help deliver on him so he can deliver for his constituents.
As part of our discussion this evening, we wanted to give a little bit of background on the different project elements of railroad rehabilitation and some terminology, some education for all of us here in the room, and David, maybe you can take us through that today.
I did remember what Fast Lane stood for, and it's actually quite appropriate to this discussion. It's an acronym for Fixing America's Surface Transportation, which is exactly what this is designed to do. Forgive me for my 5th grade logic here, but for those of you that may not be familiar with railroads, railroading, or why you would even care, railroad track structure is really no different than a highway. It suffers 3 thaw cycles, it gets beat up through use, it degrades and deteriorates, and eventually it needs to be repaved or This particular line has completely reached the end of its economic life. We would have been struggling, frankly, without this grant. But our intention would be, when we're done, here's my analogy of what a beat-up, worn-out railroad looks like. Just like that broken up macadam, rail track does get this bad, as it'd be great. This is not our railroad, so if you're not, this is a picture I gleaned off the web, but it's illustrative of the issue. When we're done, that's what it's going to look like. That's what a functioning superhighway looks like from a rail perspective. The thing to understand about how we do what we do is we have a system designed to support the weight of freight cars that move down a track. And that's obviously when you've gone over grade crossing, you've seen it's rails that are sitting on top of what are called tie plates, that are sitting on top of ties, that are then in a crib of ballast and sub-ballast. And so maintaining that entire structure is what's required to see the sheet of glass type after picture that we have. Here is one more picture of how the loads are distributed from a train down into the ties and surface. And this is, honestly, this is what we're doing with this project. This is nothing more than a plain vanilla rehab of the assets that you see in place right there. We're going to come in, we're going to dig up all the old foul ballast, we're going to put down new cross ties where they're needed, we're going to fix the drainage problems, and we'll replace sections of rail as needed, and that's what it takes to do a project like this, to rehabilitate the road.
Hey, Dave, while we're explaining terms of art, you used another one. You described it as foul ballast. Do you want to explain what
Yeah,
that
thanks,
is?
Adam. The ballast is not only what provides the support for the track structure, but it also helps the water seep away from the rail, because the water is our worst enemy. Right? When it starts to cool, just like on a road, then things start to deteriorate much faster. So that's what foul ballast is. It's mud and dirt and silt and everything else that's gotten in the middle of it over the years and years that we would clean out and replace with fresh. And this is, I guess, just an example of one of the bridges that we have. We'll also be replacing ties on the bridges themselves. Fortunately, we were able to get what's called a categorical exclusion from the environmental protection work, because we're not actually doing any work in any navigable rivers or things that would impact fish game, wildlife, or other sensitive areas. Here's a typical example of one of our bridges and the type of work that we will do to either strengthen, enhance, or in some cases replace in kind. Ken asked some very, very hard-hitting pertinent questions here a little bit earlier. Engineer to engineer, about how we could actually pull some of this stuff off while trains were running. And I think we did. Okay. Tony, are you?
Sure. Thank you for hearing us today. Basically, what the project is intending to do is replace roughly 115,000 railroad ties. There's typically 3,200 ties per mile out there, and we're going to be replacing about every third tie out there. 10,500 lineal feet of rail. We're going to replace any rails out there that need to be replaced. Along with that, the ballast is going to be placed out there for surfacing the tracks, so we can establish the drainage and the grade back where it should be. There's 15 repairs to bridges. It's going to be in-kind replacement components. The picture that you saw previously, right there, what you're seeing there is what's called a vent, and it's the piles that are up, and then the piece on top of the cap. And then you have the stringers, and then you have the ties on top, and then the rail. And what we'll do is replace any deteriorating components out there that need to be replaced on these structures. Also, the project's going to improve 125 existing highway grade crossing surfaces, and we'll be retiming 19 signalized crossings out there to accommodate the new track speed. Trains that move at 10 mile an hour is about a 6-minute mile, 25 mile per hour is about a 2.5-minute mile. Thank you.
So, as part of the overview, obviously the importance of this line, certainly in where Taylor County and the region sit, along with the different interconnections to Norfolk Southern CSX and location here. Really, the important note here that I have at the bottom and the kicker is that this is taking place entirely within the right-of-way of the railroad, so that certainly from a scope perspective, you understand where that work will be performed.
Hey, Jake, could you go back up to that real quick? So it's 81 miles from Norfolk Southern interchange at AL down to Foley, and then the CSX interchange is equipment, right, Dave? So in order for the trains to get all the way down here, right now you're limited to 10 miles an hour or less, and some places a fair bit less. So that is a long haul to get down here, and that really decreases. So that goes to the point of the project, is if you can move those trains safer, more efficiently, and faster, you can provide better service to the facilities here that currently use the railroad, and hopefully, we can attract new business as well. Right now, there's all kinds of operational inefficiencies that come from that slowness. The big railroads don't want to give you cars because they don't want the cars to go into a hole for 3 or 4 days on their way down here, because they need to use those assets all the time. So it creates all kinds of cost and inefficiencies, and by improving this line, you're improving the competitiveness of the whole county, because you're going to have a real and truly functioning railroad at the end of the project. And that's a long way to go at 10 miles an hour.
And let me, I want to put an exclamation point on something Tony said here, because the real public benefit out of this project, which we just glossed right over, is the resurfacing of the 125 grade crossings that we traversed on 81 miles. I know you've taken calls personally from people that don't like their cars going over the crossings. I've been given some of those calls. Honestly, it was the beginning of our partnership together 4 years ago. We said, help us solve this, and we'll also solve the local grade crossing problem at the same time. So we're excited that that's going to happen. It's the perfect time to do it when you have to rip the railroad track to fix it anyway. You can fix the grade crossings at the same time that you're going through it. That's what we intend to do. The other thing that an average motorist will see is that if we're operating at 10 miles an hour and you're the unlucky one who's the fourth car back to the train, when we're done, we'll be getting through that average grade crossing 2.5 times faster than we would. And so in theory, instead of maybe spending 5 or 10 minutes there, you might want to spend 2 or 3. So I hope everyone's excited as we are about that.
I can ask a question right now.
Yeah.
So going back, you're going to redo every crossing. Every crossing.
125.
Okay. The next question is, will there be any kind of interruption to the service right now that's going to Foley?
No. The plan would be to do the work, what we call under traffic, meaning we would continue to run trains. The nice thing is our operation is limited enough to serve Foley. Now, once our train goes through, we have the bulk of the day to continue doing whatever work we want to do that day. And then the crews generally clean up at the end of that day shift, and the railroad's restored, and then they start again the next day. It'll actually go pretty quick. And
Tony, you want to explain how a track game works as they go down the road?
What we typically do is establish a work window where we have an outage on the train where they don't come through at a particular time of day, and allow the contractor to do their work. And when they get done, the track is repaired and passable behind it. I'm sure some of you may have seen some of the large tie gang projects on maybe the Class 1 railroads where they're coming through and they replace ties and ballast and surface and do all that at once. We'll just have a smaller concentration of that type of work going on.
What will happen to the railroad ties that you remove? What will you do with them?
Well, the plan is to properly dispose of them. They'll be removed from the track and then stacked up on the railroad right-of-way until
would they do, call you?
We could make arrangements. There'll be a project manager out there all the time, during construction, and, there's some that are worth, taking on. Just want certain that to be handled.
Thank you.
Sure. Any more questions?
Not for me, anybody else?
I got one, like doubling the speed, or a little more than doubling the speed, does the safety factor go up on that?
Well, obviously, inherently, by being able to increase your speed, your track is in better condition. And, the Federal Railroad Administration has bare minimum guidelines for particular speeds of track. And just an example, 39-foot segment of track at 10 miles per hour is required to have 5 non-defective ties effectively distributed over that area of track. Going to a class 2 speed, you have to have 8, which is essentially every third tie, because you got 24 ties over 39-foot segment.
Are you gonna put arms and lights at other places that's not now, or is it all gonna be just like it is now?
That is typically determined by the road authority, and, there is a mechanism out there, from the federal government, it's called Section 130 funds. And, railroads can apply for it, cities can apply for it, counties, they can apply for those funds and ask that a particular grade crossing, if they deem it necessary, to be, improved with active warning device.
But the plan right now is that if there's an active warning device there'll be an active warning device after the project. And if it's passive, it will remain like crosstalk. It will remain passive, but the crosstalk will be updated for the stating of the active.
Yeah, a number of years ago, and your motorists may have mentioned this too, someone did a study that found out people have become socialized to standard street signs. They know what a stop and a yield sign is like, but everybody doesn't necessarily know what a railroad crosswalk means they're supposed to do. We all know it means stop, look, and listen for a train, but the modern standards have now required that in addition to a crosswalk, either crossing, we'll also be installing either a yield sign or a stop sign that's appropriate. As an extra measure of safety, so motorists know what to do.
And that too is determined by the road authority. If they feel like it needs to be a stop sign,
So the
they make
Department of
that.
Transportation will be involved in the safety part of it?
Or the county, it's gonna be the road authority, whomever is the authority over that particular road.
If we're crossing county roads, you can tell us whether you'd rather have a yield or stop sign.
So what this slide depicts is the breakdown of the funding. As you can see, the grade crossings are gonna be a federal contribution of 2.2. Bridge repairs are, federal 296, private match is 399. Tie replacement for the federal match, and non-federal 6. That's pretty much the way it goes, but at the bottom, it's a 50-50 match between federal and private funding. These days, it costs about $1.5 million to build a mile of railroad. And a lot of that's going to depend on how many bridge structures, grade crossings, fill, the complexity of that. This is a typical piece of railroad track. So, as you can see, with the $17 million investment, we're going to be able to rehabilitate 81 miles.
We also provided an illustration of how we're all thinking about the grant reimbursement process. So importantly, as part of this, Omnitrax and the railroad would act as manager for contractors involved in the project. And there would be a grant reimbursement process that works to submit to DOT details of any work performed and then request reimbursement. So we've started to talk through the process of how that would work with the railroad, with Omnitrax, and with Taylor commission's perspective, and that's outlined at the bottom of the slide.
The key point to all this is that at no point in this have we anticipated county funds being used for the project. The county is the applicant, the county will be the recipient of the funds. So the work is done, Georgia Florida Railroad pays for the work, then submits the invoices to the county, to submit to the federal government. The federal government wires money back, and then that money to the county, and then the county reimburses Omnitrack for its work. So at no point is there a county tax dollar involved in that.
I was given a week or so ago the Taylor County grant agreement, this document, which I spent considerable time reading over. And numerous times it's mentioned that this is a $17+ million project. And 50% of that is through grant funds. And we want to thank our congressman for making those grant funds available. The other half of it will be the private part, which is from Omnitrack. Now, in looking at what's budgeted for these items or whatever, I don't recall seeing that there's any component in this thing that would reimburse the county for these expenditures. There's going to be considerable amount of staff time, and already has been. It's been dedicated to this project. There's no grants are free. There's reporting requirements. Could you speak to that? Is there a component that we're not aware of? So this small rural county
Absolutely.
reimbursed?
Yeah, so under the federal grant, things, expenditures, and this is one of the reasons why we have been very careful not to incur, recognizing Yolanda's staff time and Mr. Bishop's time and all the other folks who've been great and worked with us on this. We've been very careful not to engage engineers and folks like that to do this, because those expenditures before the grant is signed are not reimbursable from federal funds. Once the grant agreement is signed and the money is obligated, in the third from bottom line here, you see project management and professional services is budgeted in there. Theoretically, you could, there are ways for your costs as a county to be included in that. And then we also envision hiring and retaining 2 additional consultants who would report to the county. And that would be folks to verify the quantities and quality of work performed, so that you can, you're not a railroad expert, right? So you need somebody to tell you, yes, the work was done appropriately, and then...
So there is a line item.
Yes, sir, I'm sorry. It's in this chart, it's labeled tax, it's under tax.
How much is I keep seeing?
It's $137,270.
$137,000?
Yeah, and I
No,
suspect
that's not a lot.
it is not. We suspect I suspect that that's probably a low number. I don't want to negotiate against myself, because people are going to have to bid for those services. But when there are cost overruns under the grant agreement, that would be the responsibility of Omnitrack.
My last question is not to give you a hard time.
No, sir. That's a good question.
Rail project is going to be a real benefit to one of our largest employers of a Georgia Pacific plant. I think we mentioned 600 jobs. But I hadn't thought about it until one of you brought it up. The safety factor, if the crossings would be upgraded, that's certainly a benefit to the community. But we have to keep in mind we are a rural, fiscally constrained county, and if there's any way we can tap into a part of this as the process goes along, we'd be open to some discussions on that.
And I would really admire. I'm sorry, go ahead.
All right, now let me finish now. Does LaWanda and Melody Cox, our staff, work with all 4 of you, or which one of you is the principal that they call on when they've got a problem?
That would be me, Jason. So I'm in charge of the project.
You're in charge of the project.
Correct.
All right, you notice that LaWanda is a female, and Ms. Cox is a female. LaWanda can be just as tough as she needs to be. I'll say that. LaWanda is a Cox. So, don't think now that we're a little rural county and we've got a couple of ladies, and I say that ladies, in high positions, that they're pushovers. They're gonna ask you tough questions. And what we're gonna ask of you is to cooperate, be extremely respectful, and I am assured, if I can read well, that multiple times it's stated in this grant agreement that if there are any cost overruns on this project, it's the responsibility of Omnitrack and not the county.
Correct.
Now, guide me through the reimbursement process one more time. You guys are gonna contract out and run up a bill. We'll use that for.
We will work to write up a request for proposal.
All right, and you're gonna pay that contract.
And we will build that and then work with you guys to address any of the requirements we have from a Taylor County perspective. Select that contractor. Contractor will then perform work, and then they will issue an invoice to us. And then we would then go through the process of packaging for submission to DOT, all the required details that need to be submitted to the grant portal.
Well, you left out the step where you pay the contract.
So that's
We will.
right.
Pay
Pay
the
the contract.
They got it done.
Exactly.
The one that you go with,
I got it.
you got your work cut out.
He's rolled us a few times already.
That's true.
Just
All right.
to say that, he said that Omnitrack would select the contractor. I would expect that with us being the grantee, that you guys would actually, under our purchasing policy, have to handle the RFP process with them being a participant in the selection committee, but the selection would actually have to be done by you guys. I think.
That's the way it is in the racing matrix. We discussed that last week.
Yeah.
Actually the role that Omnitrack would play is to be on the bid committee with Taylor County for the contractor selection.
And we wanted that. That seems to be a fair way to have it.
We want to be sure that we provide obviously the expertise and rail to you as well.
Need all the help we get. Now, let me, ask our attorney. You've read this grant agreement more than once. Since you've seen public several times.
I've got some questions.
And I want to give you an opportunity to give this board some questions and any advice you have for us.
Whenever you're ready.
All right.
Well, number one, let me just say that, spoke with Scott Williams, who prepared this agreement, and he emailed it to me on March the 18th. I've called him twice since that time and haven't been able to make contact with him. So if you can help me with that, I would appreciate it. The contract that I first read was style contract between Taylor County and Georgia and Florida Railroad LLC for FRA Fast Lane Grant Program Competitiveness and Employment Rail CEDYR project. Okay, I didn't hear Omni Railroad, not in here, okay? That's number one. Number two, with regard to, on the first page, it talks about the scope of work. And it says that the county, is the last sentence, or last phrase, is the county and its designee will perform the county's obligations under a cooperative agreement in good faith. Okay? And then, you turn on the second page, under B4, it says the county will perform its obligations under the terms and conditions in good faith. Certainly, we want to do it in good faith, but the other side needs to say that they're going to do it in good faith also. And so I would request that Mr. Williams put in that whoever we're contracting with to do this would do their job in good faith, because there's no place in this that says that they will. Okay? That's number one. And of course, I need to talk to him about this, not y'all, but I mean, just kind of give him a heads up that I do have some things that I would like to speak to him about. And I do like the phrase on page 3 that it says not a pledge of the county's credit or the state's credit, or any properties owned by the county
or the state, I'd like that to be placed in there also. We don't want any obligation with regard to spending any money in this particular instance, except for saying the need. But I'm keeping on that.
And Mr. Council, real quick, I see your board members flipping through the packet we gave them, and so the document you're referencing, I don't believe they have in front of them, because you're the only person who has it. The document they have in front of them is something else, so just,
That's the draft.
I didn't want to, I saw them confused faces, so.
I understand that,
Thank
but
you.
see, it was my responsibility. I got a call from, I think you, or somebody, saying that, Mr. Williams is gonna send me this. You did, right? Yeah, okay. We talked about it a little bit, and I said, I'm real happy to get that. With regard to, a little more, information on what's called pass-through. Now, pass-through, as I understand it, means the money comes to us and it's passed through to the railroad to pay the $8 million that is the grant. Is that simplistic enough? But it's true, right? Am I right on that? Okay, all right. I just want to make sure that, it says that GFRR, this is on page 4, may invoice the county at regular intervals or upon completing any project component. GFRR shall invoice no more than 42.63% of the total project expenses for non-grade crossing components and 100% of grade crossing components to assure GFRR has fulfilled the minimum in-kind match at all times. What exactly does that mean?
It is unnecessarily complex. So we are going to get to the documents that are in front of you. So just for clarification here, there's two agreements. So the agreement that you have here covers the agreement the county will enter into with USDOT. The agreement that the council is discussing here is the agreement that Georgia Florida Railroad will enter into with you for, to example, to make sure that you don't have to spend any money and it's our money that goes into the project.
Another way to put it is, the agreement document is the grant.
Yes, sir.
This is our agreement with the folks that are going to be doing the work, and the money's going to be passing through to them. This is what I read through.
So, I'm sorry for that digression there. I just want to make sure is everybody with me? Okay, all right. So that is an unnecessarily and regrettably complex paragraph. When we originally wrote this grant, we wrote it as a 50-50 grant. That's what they like to see. They like to see 50% federal funds, 50% other sources of funds. Then, after they made the award of the grant, they realized that at DOT, their accounting of the way they promised Congress they were going to spend the money wasn't going to work at 50-50. In order to keep the entire project a 50-50, a $17 million project and it's $8.5 million federal, roughly. What they did is they're going to make the grade crossing money, so the money that goes into researching the grade crossings, doing all the ballast work and stuff like that is 100% federal funds. So then what we had to do is we had to rejigger with this impossible percentage of 42, I don't even remember, it's 42.63. Right, so when you take everything else and make all the other project components 42.63% federal funds, at the end of the day, that bottom line item there comes out to 8.67 million. So I don't like it either, it's clunky, but that's what's going on.
Well, I think I sort of started to understand it when y'all talked about grade crossing earlier, but I didn't know nothing about no grade crossing from our view.
It's less clunkier than the first track. It doesn't complicate.
All right. On the same page 4, subparagraph D, it says, within 10 days, listen to this one, y'all now, because 10 days is a short time, right? We all agree that 10 days from now is about like that, especially the older you get. Right? Okay. Within 10 days of the date that an envoice is submitted by GFRR, the county will seek funds from FRA. In other words, we got the boogie, okay, or inform GFRR of any deficiencies in the invoice. So you only got a short time to look at the invoice. And then the county will disperse funds to GFRR within 10 days of receipt from FRA. That's a very short time for our staff to do that. And I'm not saying they can't do it, I'm kind of informing our staff that that's a short time.
Let me make one framing comment here. We asked our associate, we asked our associate, Scott Williams, to write this contract, because frankly, we didn't have any experience in ever drafting a similar agreement between a railroad and a public body. But the direction we gave him, this is important when you finally set to it, is he was to design a document and continue to massage it until you were comfortable with it and the commissioners were comfortable. So in no way are we trying to handcuff you or create anything onerous. We want you to massage so that you're satisfied that the document you deliver to the commissioners will accept.
I appreciate that, and I wasn't trying to put anything down. And that's why I mentioned initially that we didn't make contact telephonically, you know, in the times after on the weekend that I read it.
Yes.
Y'all get that? I read that with you.
The other observation, if I may, about the 10 days, make sure is I alluded to 2 extra consultants that Rolanda and her team and our team have envisioned as being part of this, and one would be that a contractor whose job it is to submit those materials.
Right.
So I think we have failed and something is broken here if that's Rolanda and Melody doing that. We're envisioning under the grant hiring someone who will perform that.
Well, that's another point. That's another point. And this is the general gist of this agreement is we keep saying all through it that the grantee does this, the grantee does that, the grantee does that. And if somebody is reading it, say some of our constituents reading that, they would think that we're going to do all this. God, all of them do, or y'all are going to do it, and we're going to. It's sort of like when we do a revenue bond, okay? You know, like for instance, if there's a project in Florida, we get a project where we're the conduit, and we have to go to circuit court and get approval, but we don't do anything, but we're the conduit, and that's what I'm thinking that we are. We're the conduit of this money. Of course, we got to take care of it, of course, but to get this project done. So don't misunderstand what I'm saying at all, that I'm trying to throw a monkey wrench in anything that's practical. It was funny, my granddaughter's over in Thailand, and she sends a video of a monkey coming into our apartment. You know, I'd jump up and I'd be running, but I'm not trying to throw any wrenches into it at all. So that's just one thing that I want to make clear, and my client, which is the county, will tell you that my contractors try to be as simple as possible so everybody can understand it. There's one other thing that I wanted to make clear, and I'm not going to go any further because it's just one thing. This is pretty slick, okay?
I'm looking at a good way, okay?
It's on page 6 under GFRR. And when y'all first came here, I told you that one of the things that I like for venue to be in Taylor County. If there's a problem with the agreement, if there's a problem with the contract, if something goes wrong, then there's going to be a lawsuit. But listen to this. With the exception of claims against the federal government, any suit brought to enforce this contract or to determine any dispute under this contract may be brought only in the state and federal courts located in or having jurisdiction that includes Taylor County, Florida. The parties agree to submit to the personal jurisdiction of the courts located in or having jurisdiction over Taylor County. What this is saying is that we're going to end up in the Northern District of Florida federal court. And that's not what I wanted in the agreement. I wanted them in the Taylor County, exclusively in Taylor County of this agreement. Now, of course, the Fed's got their do that too. But I thought that was good wordsmith.
Yeah, I didn't read it that way when I read it.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
That's the way it
I
is.
hear what you're saying.
Okay. There are other things in here, but I'll talk to
Yeah.
Mr. Williams about. And believe me, we're all for it, but, my job's trying to protect my clients, which is my folks too.
Well, what I say when I'm trying, and I appreciate your comments on that, and, Scott's craft, so, but Jason and Scott had a number of conversations about, make this work, right? So I think you're gonna have a good conversation with them when you have it. When I'm working on regulations and statutes and stuff in Washington, we always put the laws in your pen. And when I'm writing a law, I try and draft it, if it's something that Congressman done or somebody like that is gonna help me introduce and carry it, and you wanna write it the best way you can write it. So, I'd encourage you to, get that pen out and get it the way you need it to be, because
I appreciate that, because whenever we get a grant from the state, they will not change the law, it's always moving on. And I know it don't look like it, but I've been doing this a while, and I can't stand, we can't get the grant unless we agree to that. I tell these folks every time.
Right.
But if we can work something out, that's fine.
Yeah.
The other thing, like I said, I would like the agreement to say that, number one, most important is that, in simplistic terms, that GFRR is going to, for lack of a better term, do the work for us. My client constituents want to say, well, y'all agreed to do all this work, because it's, like the plan, we're supposed to present the plan, tell the plan. You don't have to do that. I ain't gonna do it, I don't have to do it, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
yeah, if we really done, I would think from a definition or a framing or a whereas or something like that, right?
Right off the bat.
Right at the top.
Right at the top.
I
They
would
do
think
a
you
big
would.
bold font.
Whatever color you want.
Well, thank y'all for listening to me, I appreciate it.
We'll communicate that back to Scott and make sure he gets in touch with you.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? If you have any questions, I always tell people, there is no stupid question, it's stupid not to ask it. And if you ask a stupid question, I'll say, that's stupid, but I'll do it. Thank y'all. I have no more questions.
Chairman,
Yes.
I have a question. I had a chance to go to Washington D.C. last week, and we went by Congressman Dunn's office. He visited with his top aide, and I relayed to him the fact of doing the hard work. The Board of County Commissioners, Taylor County City, do appreciate this grant and this loan that he got. It's just so vital to our economy.
Did a resolution for him after we did it.
Yeah. But Scott Coons and I from the Northern Florida Regional Planning Council, we had 5 people in the office. Congressman Dunn, ex-Governor Scott, Al Lawson, Ted Yellow, and Mark Russo. We left all of those officers last week in D.C. to let them know that we expect and we want their help. We'll do whatever we can to help them do as much as us. Appreciate it.
Let's talk a little bit about project schedule. And I did have, Rwanda and Melody print out that for you in the packet as well.
Don't give me the one that had it.
So one of the things that I like to do is build, someone's sick, someone might say, but I love building out Gantt charts, as you recall. So we've been working a long time to get us to this point where we are imminently awaiting the grant agreement from FRA, and have been doing a lot of prep work for this, including getting our engineering team out to review all of those crossings. That's actually happening this week as well. So they're out there actively working to catalog and prepare what's called the PE, or the preliminary engineering document that you'll see referenced in the FOW in the grant agreement. We will be working through the pre-construction activities, frankly, from the end of 2018 all the way through the end of 2019. That includes working through the grant agreement and finalization and execution. So as soon as we receive that, it'll obviously be presented to you. And any questions or issues we can talk through from a agreement perspective as well through the Georgia Florida Railway. The detailed project work plan, schedule, and budget is one of the first deliverables that we have as part of our grant with the government. And that will entail what does the overall schedule look like and what are the key milestones that are required for us to execute against the grant itself. Project management plan is what that's formally called, or you'll hear PMP probably throughout the time that we're working together. Stakeholder agreements, and then preliminary engineering plan set, that PE, we want to complete basically by the middle of this year. And that includes as well the diagnostic team assessment report that engineering will be working through, as I mentioned earlier. Once we complete that, that'll be then submitted to the FRA, and that's approximately in the middle of the chart here, PE plan set review and approval. Part of the grant, they then approve that PE, and that then leads to the completion of the final engineering design set. And that design set then, stipulates how the work needs to be performed from an engineering perspective. Once all that is complete, then that is also reviewed by the FRA and then approved. And then we move into, at that point, construction activities, which are envisioned really around the Q4 timeframe to start. Now, important to note with all of these dates that we are going to work as expeditiously as possible to get that done. So we're hoping that we can obviously hit these dates or be even more efficient in hitting these dates than is depicted here. We will then work to advertise that construction RFP with you or through you, as we discussed. And then there will be a selection process to select the contractor that is best suited to work through that construction. And then at that point, we will work through the mobilization and construction start, end of Q4, and then work together with the contractors to complete the rail and rehabilitation, which we expect to, again, start in around Q4, end of Q4, and then really take the remainder of 2020 to complete. Once that's complete and throughout the process of completing that work as envisioned and discussed with Luanda, we would then expect that there would be a CEI or a construction engineering inspector to ensure that that work is performed and to the grant specifications of the engineering design. And that would be throughout the process and including at the end of the construction period. Throughout this entire process, you guys have mentioned as well before, the construction project management and project closeout phase covers that entire window. Certainly from our perspective, we will have boots on the ground managing that project. I will also be responsible and accountable from OmniTrack's perspective to ensure that this is delivered, and we'll be working together with the other counties to do so. Once we complete the work, we have construction completion confirmation and then a final performance report that's required to be submitted to basically find that the work has been completed according to specifications, and that then closes the grant. Any additions?
Well, we want to sort of end our discussion on one fun note here.
Let's go through it.
Oh, you guys want to start?
Yeah, don't get ahead of yourself.
Okay,
We got tons of fun together.
So key project roles and accountability, basically dumbed down as best as we can to make it clear the different areas of accountability. We've got the FRA, Federal Railroad Administration piece, obviously Taylor County's role as stakeholders, and then Georgia, Florida, and OmniTrack as stakeholders as well. From a FRA perspective, government stakeholder management, we did receive the CE or the environmental clearance for this. The approval of the PE, the preliminary engineering document plan set, approval of the final design, and the review of all the grant supporting deliverables. And there is a schedule in our agreement with the government to provide regular reporting, that we would work together to provide all of the required inputs that are necessary to submit that to the government, and work together with a grant administrator type role to submit that with Taylor County.
Can I make a comment about that? project schedule in there. It gives a reference to the preliminary engineering report being in June. And I want to say it had some, trying to find my notes right. It had, construction beginning, was that the end of June?
So the process for, the construction phase certainly has to do with getting to, the contractor that can actually perform the work, and we are required to go through the process with the FRA for the preliminary and the actual design. In order to ensure that we have the work performed according to the design, we need to complete that design as part of that process, and then include the specifics for that contractor to then be able to get on. So that'll be input into that process of selecting that contract.
Okay, well,
For complete construction work.
again, I found one note is, you've got the PMP or the project management plan being completed, or proposed to be completed May 30th. And then you've got the PEO, preliminary engineering plan set finished, and FRA reviewed at the end of June. Between those two, on your next project steps, you're showing RFP completions and issuance for Taylor County CEI and grant administrator. If we're going to select a CEI firm in June, that only being 3 months away, this is like, you have to do it now. Because we have a month's worth of solicitation once we get the RFP package ready, and then negotiations with the professional services after that fact. So I'm guessing that that's something that's going to have to hit the board in April.
Absolutely.
I think we said the second meeting in April was our target for some of these documents to be approved by the board, because we've been working on the draft RFP document for several months.
Yeah.
It's quite
At the
complicated.
end of last year.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And so that was, our target was the second meeting in April. If we can get the draft reviewed and on the agenda, the second meeting in April for maybe the agreement, the funding agreement. I haven't seen a grant agreement yet, and then we have the RFP document.
Right.
This is an RFP for the CEI services.
And grant administration.
I just haven't seen CEI services.
We haven't finished it yet.
Correct.
Yes.
The CEI involvement will be pretty much up to Taylor County and let them know.
That's why I was asking, because I would generally be one writing the CEI RFP for the test. I'm sure that's one.
We've been working on it for months, and if you recall, when we started this process, none of the staff in-house has rail experience. And if you recall, we had a discussion about that, and so we have passed documents back and forth several times, and it's in your hands. Right.
Let me share in a minute. I got,
We realize we have some pretty tight turnaround.
That's what I was just noticing, that this is like Conrad was alluding to, 10 days is pretty quick, and actually 2 months is even quicker.
yeah, well, and I think it is important to know that we're trying to ensure that there is comfort in this meeting with the involvement that we have from the Georgia Florida and from Omnitrack. As part of the discussion around timelines, it's very important to know that we are working to support you guys and provide all of that information as part of that process. So, for example, for the submission to the grant portal, it is our responsibility and accountability to package all of the details behind an invoice and make sure that that's able to be rapidly entered into the portal. The process of doing that, frankly, is ensuring that all that data gets into the portal, but the packaging of that and provision of that is what Omnitrack will be doing. process. So from a, did you have any other questions?
No, just put my arms on it.
From a Taylor County perspective, envision the county, state, federal stakeholder management. Obviously, as you mentioned, we've already done some of that in working in Washington. Issuing the RFP for the CI, grant administrator, and contractors and management. And we talked about that a little bit this morning as well, or this afternoon as well as during this meeting, how we process the RFP and we take lead on that. We'll obviously talk through that from a requirements perspective from Taylor County. Work through that. We want to be sure that we provide you with the support that is needed there if you do execute that RFP or send that RFP out to the market.
I believe, now, it's my understanding that as a grantee, we would be responsible for issuing the RFP, and that we would ask for a partnership with you guys as far as making the selection, especially for the construction portion of it.
Makes sense. Doesn't say that here.
We've been discussing that.
Okay. I'm out of the loop on that.
What are those, in the center of the Taylor County responsibility, the fourth item down, it says full schedule project meetings with FRA, what would that be?
So there are regular status updates that are required, and there will be project calls that I will work to facilitate with you with the FRA on the project process.
Progress report?
Project.
We've already had a call before.
Yeah, pretty much, I mean, the meeting is a 30 to 60-minute conference call.
And that's, a lot of that is to ensure that that FRA is also there facilitating questions that we're working together as partners. Grant reporting deliverables, those are listed in the grant agreement, and those will be assisted through the use of the CI and the grant administrator. Again, provision of all the details that you guys need for that will then be provided by OmniTrack in that process. Financial reports, and then reimbursement of the payments back to OmniTrack will be also a Taylor County, Florida responsibility and accountability. And then third-party inspection of work performed that was an ask to ensure that we have a third party through the CEI that can then perform an inspection of the work that's being performed.
And those checks back to OmniTrack will be post reimbursement from FRA?
Correct.
It would have to be, right.
That's right.
Right.
So basically, that would be at 50% rate.
And then grant closeout reporting, again, one of those reporting requirements. These are all listed out in detail through the agreement and online. There's templates and details on how to submit that. Again, we work together with the grant administrator role to perform that function. And then Georgia, Florida, obviously the internal stakeholders, our contractor and federal stakeholder management, development of the project work plan, development of the preliminary engineering plan set, input, as I mentioned, for all the grant reporting deliverables, development of the final design for our engineering team, and then the discussion around issuing the RFP for contractor. Obviously, we talked about how we want to handle that. Taylor County would be taking the lead on that piece with us as a partner. And then requesting funds to reimburse the work performed and paying the contractors would be OmniTrack's responsibility, and then delivery of the fully substitute statement of good repair.
With the exception of the CEI, that would be paid directly by the Taylor County.
CEI and grant administrator are the roles that were contemplated in that RFP with Milwaukee.
No. You've got, next to the last one says, requesting funds to reimburse work performed and OmniTrack paying contractors. You would pay the actual construction contractor.
Yeah, the rail contractor.
Yeah, rail contractor.
contract that I read, Omnitrac's not mentioned in there. Why is that? Goes in part of the railroad.
Well, I mean, usually our independent railroads are standalone companies that are the ones that, enter into agreements. Omnitrac itself is just a holding company, a non-rail operating company.
We'll talk to Wayne about that.
Okay. But that's the answer to your question, that's the
I
reason why.
understand.
Okay, so let's move into grant agreement documents. So there was a printout that was provided, I think, to you before the weekend that has the detailed cover sheet and the documents behind them, and Adam will take us through summaries and some of the content for you today.
Thank you. I'm sorry, was there a question for Jason? All right, thank you. Let's see here. So the stack of documents that you were looking through before is the agreement that the county would enter into with the federal government, because the county is the grantee. And so this agreement, and we've already discussed, and Mr. Bishop's asked a number of questions about the agreement that we'll enter into, that the railroad will enter into, or that Omnitrac and the railroad will enter into with the county. This agreement consists of 5 parts, the standard form, and Mr. Bishop observed also earlier, a lot of times you do these grants, they're not keen on negotiating these provisions. These tend to be fairly take it or leave it, and that's the nature of this deed. The cover sheet is just what it sounds like. I actually don't have it included in here, but it's just going to list the county as the grantee, and it'll give some summary information. They haven't provided it to us yet, but it will come here in the next couple of weeks. The statement of work is a fairly substantial document. That's the second attachment, and it's broken into seven sections. It summarizes where the funds are coming from, why the project is being undertaken, what the desired end state of the project is, where it is. But the key part is project is section 5, which is the actual description of the work. And Anthony did a good job of walking us through what those elements are. The key thing about the statement of work, and the reason why the statement of work is important, is because any work that we were to perform and attempt to submit an invoice for reimbursement that was not covered by the statement of work, the feds aren't going to reimburse it. And so that's why this document is to define what we're actually spending the money on. So 115,000 railroad ties, 125 grade crossings, things like that. So, and it's also a pretty good summary if you're looking for just a summary of what is actually going on here. That's a good document to use and refer to. The project coordination section in section 6 of this, I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's Georgia Florida Railroad, Taylor County, US DOT. Those are the 3 primary actors here, and the statement of work is spelling that out so that it's clear that we all have to coordinate and work together on the same team. And then there's a number of project management tasks. These are boilerplate things that FRA includes in section 7 at the end of all of their statements of work. Yes, ma'am.
Do we have a final approved statement?
Yes, ma'am. The statement of work that is in the packet is the final approved statement of work from FRA.
Can you just explain to the board how long we've been working with, spent a lot of time on it. I just wanted to understand it. We have gone through many iterations of the statement of work over the last year.
Yeah, over the last year. It was, a lot of things I could say that I probably won't say. Through no fault, I believe, of Luanda in any way, and I don't believe through much fault on our own, this process has been very arduous. Our partners in Washington were there to help, and they helped us a lot on this one. So it's done. That's the good news. But yeah, I think when I looked at my draft folder, I was looking back through previous drafts. I think I have 37 working drafts that were traded with FRA over this process. So it didn't need to be that hard, but you know.
Just define existence, wasn't it?
What's that?
Just define existence.
Yes, it was, well, yeah, I mean, I hate to do this, so I shouldn't complain too much. Define their existence, yes, indeed. Now, I mean, look, the FRA is a good partner to work with. And over our careers, Dave and I have done a number of projects with the Federal Railroad Administration, but this process is always far from it. It's just an issue.
I just want everyone to understand that we have, well, not we, that they have worked out all of the kinks, for lack of a better word, through the last year, a little over a year. So everything is defined in the statement of work, and as far as the allocation of the funds and just line by line, what is allowed and what is not allowed in the project, that's already been worked out.
Thank you for that.
There are 125 existing highway grade crossings that are in this scope of work. I haven't seen a list of those. I'm not interested in those up Adel, Georgia. But there is one particular crossing in my county commission district that I would like to know if it's on the list or not, and that's at the end of T.W. Wilson Road. The road ends at the railroad right-of-way, and there's a crossing there. And there's numerous houses, numerous 7 or 8 across the railroad. And this has been a thorn in their side and mine. Is it on here?
It's on page 14.
All right, it's on here. All right, I'm satisfied. You do T.W. Wilson. Answer the question. I'll pass the word to the, might get a put out right.
The fourth part of the grant agreement is the budget, and specifies that, 50% of funds are come from non-federal sources, which we've discussed a fair amount in this. The fifth part of the document, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was looking at my presentation, not at yours. So, I skipped the schedule. Did I skip the schedule? I apologize. Yeah, deliverables and project schedule, let me jump back up. That's the third attachment. That was the document the county engineer was referencing a little while ago, and lays out the deadlines, or not deadlines, the scheduled anticipated completion of those items. I would say, and I would echo Jason's comments, I think many of those deadlines can be exceeded. I don't want to overpromise here. Deadlines have a way of taking on life of their own sometimes, but this is a fairly straightforward project. I'm sure you have a question. No. The fourth attachment, the budget, which I just spoke of, and then, Counselor, this will be near and dear to your heart, the federal laws and regulations, the fifth attachment there. It's a little daunting when you look at it. It lists, I think, something like 40 some odd federal laws, which might apply to this project. They're not very helpful when they put this document together. This is a boilerplate document they attach to the end of all of their grants. So, it is the key things that I think are most important in this, and that I'm certain will apply to this project. Probably one of the most important is what's called Davis-Bacon prevailing wage. I don't know how many of you have had any familiarity with this, but it is a wage rate schedule for all the contractors who will be working on this. It's like an alternative minimum wage to ensure that contractors are paid a rate that's comparable to what their craft and trade would be paid elsewhere. It's a huge bureaucratic machine with the Department of Labor. So when our RFP goes out to contractors, they will, probably in, Declaration of War, New York Times font, will have some notice that all the bids have to reflect Davis-Bacon prevailing wage, because if they don't and they did it wrong, you've completely blown the budget, right? So that's probably the most important thing for contractors on this. You can remind Congressman Dunn that both Davis and Bacon were Republicans. Interesting tidbit from others. The National Environmental Policy Act, NEPA, this is protecting waterways, native species. Jason's already referenced that was another part of this process that Wanda got to observe for about a year, was working the paperwork to verify that there were no additional environmental remediation steps that needed to be taken. Generally, when you do a railroad project within existing rights of way, you're not building new things. And we even spoke a little while ago with your engineer about how we're able to even pick up some of the piles out of the water on the bridge and jack it up without ever getting in the water. So it's a fascinating thing. I hope you get to see one of those when it goes anyway. But the key point is very little no environmental disturbance outside the right of way. Freedom of Information Act. So everything we submit, the invoices, the bills would all be subject to a FOIA request by the public. So not that there won't be anything bad in there. It's something to keep in mind that people could pull that documentation. Yes, sir. Sure.
That's the 119.
Yes.
Sure. So there are, Jason alluded to these will be things that I think that will be very helpful to have a professional grant manager on the team to help with. The Transparency and Accountability Act requires reporting some of these expenditures on web portals and publicly accessible. And then the Uniform Administrative Requirements and Cost Principles. Something only an accountant can truly love, a real kind of evil accountant. But the process that you have to go through to report all this stuff, there's a very structured way that all of these have to be submitted. And so having an outside consultant to help us through that process is going to be very important to us. And then, of course, civil rights and non-discrimination. I think there's about a dozen non-discrimination statutes that would apply to this. So I hope, and again, not all of those laws will apply, but they could. And if there are things in there that cause particular concern, my guess is Mr. Bishop will have a number of additional conversations on that front, just so we understand what we're doing. And then finally, we have already discussed the cooperative agreement fairly extensively here. This is the agreement that was not attached to the packet that was given you, but that Mr. Bishop and Scott Williams will be negotiating, and that is the agreement that will govern our relationship between the county and the railroad. And again, on that, our key thing there is memorializing the fact that I think probably the most important thing in that is memorializing what the county isn't going to do as much as what it is going to do. That the financial obligations and responsibilities of this project are squarely on Omnitrack and Georgia Florida Railroad and not on the people of Taylor County. I think that's in my mind, that's the most important part of that document. And lots of other parts. Yes, sir. Jason, are there any questions about the DOT Taylor County agreement that I just walked through?
I have one thing I'd like to ask of you. When the contractors are here, hiring subcontractors, would they try to hire as many local people as they could? That's always when somebody comes in out of town to work here. A lot of times they bring help from out of town. I understand they have to bring their key people, but I appreciate them trying to hire as many local people as possible. And we would all appreciate that. Taylor County would. Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about next steps so that we can clarify what the next couple of months look like for everybody here today. So imminently, we're expecting that grant agreement from the FRA. Again, that document is the document that governs the grant, and it's expected imminently and from them. Execution of the GFRR Taylor County agreement that we've discussed. The completion of the submission of the project management plan. RFP completion and issuance for the CDI and grant administrator. The completion of that preliminary engineering document, plan set development, and the FRA review, and then RFP completion issuance for the rail work completion by the contractors, and then final design as well, and then construction. So generally speaking, that's the set of activities that will need to occur over the coming months, as we have illustrated in our presentation. So with that, Dave, would you like to make some closing?
Yeah,
remarks?
I want to say one thing about the execution.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to break it twice. The execution of the grant agreement, that is an electronically executed document. It's pretty much going to be those 5 parts that was in my packet. But it will be electronically executed. And Madam Chairwoman, I think that actually the anticipation is that you would be the person executing that. And I think the way that's going to work along it is there's going to be, I believe they will send you an email and we got her address. So be on the lookout for something from Federal Railroad Administration. I don't know exactly what that looks like when it comes to you.
Okay, would you copy it also to her?
So I think the way the system is set up, I think it does go that way. But they will presumably, and we will be checking with them, but presumably they will let us know when they've actually done that, because it's kind of the end. So at that point, we'll tell Wanda and she can tell you. I just don't go deleting things from the Federal Railroad. I'm sorry.
And we'll be able to, will we be able to print off a hard copy so that we can, because we'll have to share.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll have to have it in front of the board.
So then after the board approves, the hard copy, then you can log in and approve the electronic.
I don't know what format it comes in now. I don't know if it's a signable PDF. I don't believe it's PDF. I think it's I think it's actually like text on the screen, so it's probably prints real funky, but yeah, I'll inquire.
Does it require a resolution for the chairman to sign on behalf of the full board?
I would assume you would have to have some kind of action by the board for her to execute.
Well, I think what he's trying to say is some of our grant agreements, I think our FDOT agreements require a separate resolution by the Florida County Commissioners giving the chairperson the authority to sign. But they're not all like that.
They're not. That has not been on their list, but we have done those in previous grants. I'm not certain if it was a requirement or it was always a requirement for our public agencies to do it, right? They had to have the authority granted to the signer, had to have the authority accepted by the commission, right? So I'm uncertain if our prior grants included that because of that or because the feds required it. So we can ask that question.
Well, if anyone doesn't have any other questions this evening, I realize we've peppered you with lots of facts and figures, and I'm not even saying I'm the one that knows them. I just wanted to conclude by saying one of the reasons we were so anxious to come down and update the commissioners in this workshop is we truly believe after a year and a half that this is imminently getting ready to close. And we look forward to beginning the construction phase. Our principal customer is just as interested in seeing this work done as soon as possible as you are. And because it's nice to have a little bit of fun when you're doing stuff like this too, and not just talk about pieces of paper. When the contract has been awarded and when the weather is good, it's fully our intention, Madam Chairperson, to have you and the commissioners come out. We'll do a ceremonial driving of the first spike of the project. Dr. Dunn has already said, just give me the date and time and I'll be there. And we'll have some fun. We'll make a little hoopla out of it, maybe have a little luncheon or something. But I want you all to have something interesting to look forward to this summer as we finally get this closed after so many trips to the bus and smelly stuff too. So, thank you.
That would certainly be a nice gesture. Thank you all for being here this evening to go over this in detail like we did and answer any questions that we had. And of course, thank you, Wanda, for all the work that you've done on this too over this past long time.
Melody's worked very hard on this as well. She's been a great partner through this.
And I appreciate the work of Representative Dunn. Tell him how grateful we are, and come see us. And thank y'all again so very much. This means a lot to Taylor County. Any other comments or questions from the board?
No comment. Very good presentation.
Thank you.
Well, have a safe trip back to wherever you're going.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I have been asked to move number 6, to visit number 6 next. The board to discuss the ad valorem tax exemption ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you.
this?
Yes, ma'am, I'll be glad to. Let me just say, first of all, that, our economic development ad valorem tax exemption is found in, section 70-3031 of our code of ordinances. And it's also, you know, if it's an ordinance form, it would be ordinance number 2009-08. That particular, ordinance, I will tell you that the one that prepared that, me, I prepared it. I personally feel like it's a pretty comprehensive ordinance, as a practical matter. If you look at it, it's under 7035, it talks about what the eligible businesses are, and it's just briefly, business that's establishing 10 or more quality jobs to employ 10 or more full-time employees in Taylor County, which is manufacturing process of compound fabrics and so forth, or an industrial, or a business establishing 25 or more quality jobs to employ 25 or more full-time employees in the sales factor, or an office space which houses 50 or more full-time employees, any business located in an enterprise zone that first begins operation so it's separate from other businesses. It also provides for expansion of existing business where if you're going to hire 10 more folks for manufacturers and so forth, or a business establishing 25 or more quality jobs to employ 25 or more in sales factors within in business. It also has under 70-3036, it gives you the definition of the various words that we use in applicant means any person or firm or partnership or corporation that's doing business. The commission is, of course, the Taylor County. The Economic Development Committee means the TCDA, which is the Taylor County Development Authority. Enterprise zone is what's established in Florida statute 290.0065. Improvement means physical changes made under the sales factor means a fraction of the numerator of the total sales status of the business. Quality job is defined in ordinance 2006-1. Now, the next thing is that's what it's got to be able to have the ability to get an exemption. Now, 70-37 are the exemptions established. And so the board established an economic development ad valorem tax exemption. It's a local optional tax incentive for new and expanding businesses, which may be granted or denied by the board. Okay? You come in, you can say, you know, I just don't think it's a good idea. And the exemption shall not accrue to improvements to real property made by or for the use of new or expanding businesses when such improvements have been on the tax roll prior to the effective date. That's where we got in trouble one time. So that's what we as a board, or y'all as a board, we've got to make sure that we don't, doesn't happen again. The maximum exemption is defined what the maximum is up to 100% of the assessed value of all the improvements. But the good thing about that is you can do it less than that. You know, that's one thing that the board can determine. And then also it talks about what replacement property is, which replace existing, and also talks about the time period under which, and it's up to 10 years. You can make it less than 10 years though. It doesn't, no ad valorem tax exemption shall be granted for land upon which new or expanded businesses are to be located. The sole intent of this article is aimed to exempt an ad valorem tax on only certain improvements to real property, not the land, but just the improvements. In other words, putting a structure on property. And it's only, the only our taxes, it's not, doesn't apply to any, it's only lifestyle. And one other thing that we've got to remember too, that if you decide to grant it, then we gotta do another ordinance, to grant a specific tax exemption. And then the date, any applicant desiring economic development as a loan tax exemption shall on or before March the 1st of the year in which the exemption is requested. So we got a whole trouble about that, didn't read that properly. We gotta remember that when it comes up. My suggestion is that your lawyer and y'all have a copy of the ordinance in front of you when it comes in front of you, so you can just sit there and, go 1, 2, 3. If you don't, I learn something new every day of my life. And some of the things I learn are not so hot, but most of the time you learn something every day as we go through life. So that's another thing. And then on the next page of it, it shows that the application, and it shows what they need to do with regard to the application. The information that has to be on the application. And the application that we have just follows the statute, follows the ordinance. So it shouldn't be any problem for the business to go ahead and do that. And it's simple questions. They're not, it's not all that complex. If you look at that, it gives the, it gives the description of the name and location of the new business, or the description of the personal property for which the exemption is asked for, description of the improvements to the real property, what the building would be, and then they want the following information is the number of employees and so forth, and the average wage, and all those kind of things that would maybe show that it's a good idea for that exemption to be granted. And then 7039 gives the application process. Now this is where, and I will tell you that when I was instructed by the board in 2008 and 2009, it was brought to this board's attention by the development authority. They're the ones that said, we want y'all to do this. Am I not correct?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure I was correct, because, time passes, we forget. But I remember specifically in saying that. Okay? It says, the Taylor County Development Authority Director or his or her designee shall review the application within 10 days of submission to determine whether the application has satisfied all the requirements. What they asked for, okay? Once the application is determined to be complete, the director shall schedule a meeting of the TCDA Board of Directors. The meeting shall be held within 30 days of determining the application is complete or as soon thereafter as practical. Okay? Do your job. That's what it says. And then no later than 10 days prior to the Taylor County Development Authority Board of Directors meeting, the TCA Director shall prepare in writing the recommendation of the applicant's eligibility for an exemption to prepare an economic impact analysis of the application. We don't have anybody that has the expertise for that economic application, that economic analysis. I don't. That's not our administrator's job. Okay, to me, that's the director, because that's whoever they have as the director. That's their responsibility.
Mr. Rich, I think that the TCDA director and the board members should have a copy of this. Because some of the stuff we're talking about right here, it's not done that way.
I'll be honest with you. When they came up and started talking about it, it's been a while since we've done it. But I said, something, I need to go back and read what I did. And so that's what I did, y'all. So I went back and read it. And everything almost that they were talking about is in here. It's in here. And I can stop right now if you want me to, or I can go on. Okay. Economic Development Review. The TCAD board shall review the application and the director's recommendations and the analysis to determine whether the applicant is eligible for exemption and shall recommend to the commission, that's y'all, approval or denial of the application. And just because they make a recommendation to approve it doesn't mean that you have to approve it, or it doesn't say that they say we need to deny it. That doesn't mean that y'all have to deny it, but that's just a recommendation. It's the same thing if I recommend somebody to be on some of our boards, correct? Okay? Then they have the property appraiser review upon receipt and careful review of the original application of property appraiser shall report the following information. And that is within 30 days, and that's got to be given to our property appraiser on time also. You know, but you shouldn't be doing it backwards. Then it says any revenue lost to the county for the current fiscal year by virtue of the exemption. You know, that's a listing of what revenue is going to be lost as a result of that, and an estimated would be lost during that current fiscal year. And the determination of whether the profit for which the exemption is requested is to be incorporated into a new business or expansion. And then final review or adoption by the commission. Upon receipt of all that, then y'all review it. And then you can determine whether you want to do the ordinance and grant the exemption for the individual or the applicant. And it's one thing that's really important too, in 7040, it says precedent non-binding. Let's read over this. Applications for exemption shall be considered by the commission on a case-by-case basis. After consideration by commission of the recommendation of the TCAD Board of Directors and the property appraiser's report, no precedent shall be implied or inferred by the granting or denial of an exemption pursuant to the protocol. So, and the exemptions are conditional, and this is what our elected county administrator has provided, is the annual report that they need to do. And we need to tell them when they come up, the first thing that if I was applying for the exemption, or if I was representing the person that was applying for the exemption, the first thing you need to do is you need to read our code. You know, and I'm going to give you a copy of the code, and you follow it, and you got a much better chance of getting it passed if you follow it and do it on time and don't say, oh, in the middle of the year, you know, you've got to wait your turn. That's what this is all about. Because, and if your constituents say, well, why do you have this time? It's because y'all have a budget time, and then you have the time you spend the budget. It makes sense, you know. And that's about the name of it. And I asked to be on this agenda. I don't very rarely ask to be on the agenda. I asked on the agenda because I wanted y'all to understand where I was coming from. My personal opinion, I don't know that this needs to be amended.
I can't see where it does.
You know?
We just need to make sure that folks follow it.
Now, where in here does it say, what does it talk about, them giving their annual, report back?
On, all exemptions are granted,
7041.
conditional, 7041 on the bottom. It says,
Page 9.
in addition, the application is conditioned upon the applicant submitting an annual report to the commission evidencing the satisfaction of this condition to ensure. The report shall be on a form adopted by the county. And see, we're adopting, you know, we're going to request that you adopt, not can't adopt.
We need to adopt this form,
Yeah.
and I like the form.
So,
If you did
that-
want to
yeah,
do everybody, it's simple, got everything that you need in there to look at.
and
This is already adopted, right?
yeah, oh, yes, sir. It's been
2009, you
It's been a long time, and the problem and this is just, it's just the way of the world, the problem is that lawyer included. I knew we had it, but I forgot that, you know, I didn't remember all the specifics of it with regard to that. So, just learn by doing. But just remember it, when somebody comes to you and says, you know, I'm gonna open up a new business, and I found that, you know, I might be able to get a tax exemption. First thing they need to do is take a look at this ordinance. And if they have a question about it, tell them to call the county attorney.
Now, one question I have, is there a formal application form that they fill out?
Yes, sir.
And is it approved? There is.
Yes, sir.
Where is it located?
Well, now, the TCDA they developed that form, from what I understand, and they have that application, correct? And then, once the application is completed, then it's brought to us to place on the
I
agenda.
was going to TCDA, but it doesn't, I'll just talk to them if we get a chance.
Okay, about this application that they have, would it be prudent for us to, when a word like that, has a new form or something for us to be able to look at it too, and it be approved by us? Mr. Bishop, do you think
Lord,
that would be?
I'm
I'm sorry.
My season.
Would that be something that you would suggest that we do?
Well, I don't know. You know, you appoint, you know, you have boards, and they're there for a reason. And you've given them the authority to accept the application. And it doesn't come to you until after they've done these particular things. So if you want to verify and take a look at their application and see if it follows the ordinance, yes. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yeah. Have anybody done that?
Well, they have applications in the
Well, they could say it, but.
just a minute first.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the two most recent we had, they filled out the application. The problem was, the real problem is the annual report, not the application, because they filled out the application. Now, some of them may be a little bit sketchy and they don't fill out enough, you know, but they did fill out applications. The two that we had, you know, we had one that went through and one that didn't. Remember?
Yeah. Conrad, I got a question. On page 6, you list the one for lamp manufacturing. Well, that was done in 2006. It was for 10 years. It's already expired. Why would you list it in this information here?
Right.
It needs to be deleted from here.
Well,
And
it's an ordinance. It's a separate ordinance.
I understand that, but it shouldn't be in this thing because it's already expired.
What page is that on?
On 6. See, it was done by ordinance number 2006-2.
So we would have to repeal the ordinance, and then I would have to send that to Unicode to have the changes made.
Why? Because it's expired. It was 10 years.
Expired?
They did not business how long? When?
Thank you, I'll speak to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the ordinance, Mr. Bishop's explained it, it's a good ordinance. The only thing I know is one conflict between the state statute and I guess ours. What we got in trouble with after the fact, the county, your ordinance says, if you apply before it's put on Bruce's tax roll, you can do it. That's what happened with this one, okay? And it's supposed to have been resolved, haven't we ever long as he gives an extension? Michael,
He received an extension, and I actually emailed him this draft annual report to try to help him comply.
that's the amount, but the only entity that's got that next to name, Dr. Bruce, is Michael Wynn. The rest of them have expired.
No, Prospect Perry.
That's new, so it hadn't really taken effect.
I know that we have an ordinance for
Yes,
them.
it's there, but he said the only one that Bruce knows about is the fact is Michael Wynn.
Right.
The others have expired. Good question. state statute says you apply before the end of the year. But our local ordinance says, as long as you give the other 4 weeks, there's no tax on that. That's the way I understand it. That needs to be cleared up. I got to think about whatever the ordinance says.
I think we have the authority to do it our way.
However you want to. So here's a conflict, that's what got us in trouble.
That's why we need to read the ordinance, right?
Yes, I agree.
Me too.
Yes, okay.
Me too.
But yeah, I think it's, when an applicant applies, and that form, you may not have seen, I think the form's okay. But the ordinance says that form, it just comes to the PCA board, we vote, send it on to the county. I don't think that's happened in the past. Some of it's just, goes, but that's some stuff PCA needs to tighten up. So this, and I'm not taking part of PCA, I'm thinking as a citizen, I think that ordinance is good, like it is, but that's one exception that, you know, causes some people grief.
Okay, yes. Just for the board's information, I did receive a phone call, last week after someone read an article in the paper, and they asked us to consider some type of, something within the ordinance that states they must not be delinquent on their taxes in order to be granted, an exemption. And I don't know, that's just for the board's consideration. What do you think about that?
That's probably a pretty good idea.
So when you're considering, adding,
If you amend, if you want nothing, if you want to amend it, what I'd like to check the statute to see that appropriate.
That's good, yes.
I can only add to that construction means.
If you need to come forward to state your name and address.
Yes. Well, Big Tree. I want to add to what he was stating about the property taxes. I think construction liens should be also, they shouldn't have any construction liens on their property because it's a lien against their property. I mean, it's just another factor.
Got any construction plans or anything?
Well, the process for that is, and Conrad, you help me out, it's been a while since we had one, 10 years. But when those liens are filed, and they actually come to me, some of them can be transferred to their performance bond, and the bonding company has to pay those liens. So when the project's over with, you probably wouldn't have any liens. Conrad, the probably needs to relate to that, that's the process.
If there is a bond.
Well, there should be on these kind of projects. I don't know what.
Now, what is it? Mainly was somebody that just, put in, just $5,000.
You wouldn't have a performance bond in the,
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of bonds anyway. So also hard to collect. But those are good ideas. That's a good idea from you, Sue Ellen, and it's a good idea from whomever calls you on the telephone. Board can consider that. You can't tell me to do it tonight. Consider that. But
Anything else? I think it's sounding pretty good right now. Okay, so that's,
I appreciate y'all listening.
well, thank you. One other thing that I want to bring up, that we need to discuss at some point in time, but while it's on the front burner, I need to bring it up. It's been discussed at the CCDA meeting several times since I've been there, and I think it was brought up again last week during our meeting, and they have discussed that a portion of the new tax money that's brought in by new business or expanding business or whatever, that a portion of that would be allocated to the CCDA. So, taxpayers' money. I feel like I'm just Yeah, I know, I've heard it too. They feel like that it's underfunded and that this would be a way to, for them to increase their budget.
I don't know whether you can do that way legally. And that is just off the top of my head. You know, you can certainly budget money for them, but I don't know that you can, allocate a portion of whatever you collect to them. That would be an auditor's nightmare.
Well, is there a way that we could find out that, and then when it's brought up again, we can kind of nip that in the bud, if that's the way it is?
Probably. I think, somebody that, could answer that question right off the bat would be, Mr. Guy from Lake City, who gives our report. Mr. Powell. Richard Powell. Richard Powell.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, Your Honor, there's a letter on file from the county commission before y'all and from the development authority with them asking Sam Bondy, the state attorney, the same exact scenario you just said. Can they take a portion of property tax or income tax, whatever, from a new business? They cannot. And Sam Bondy responded in either 3 or 4 pages back to them.
I can't believe I agree with Pam Bondi on anything.
It's public record, and you can actually Google it, and it'll pull it up.
So that's already been it.
It's already been done, Sam Bondy, and he's already said,
Yeah.
can't do it.
I understand one thing, and I think I'm right. I think Honorable Pam Bondi is correct, but an Attorney General's opinion is not the law.
Right.
But she quoted several statutes, and under each statute, she gave her opinion of it. And
Oh, I agree with
several-
her 100%,
Yeah, and the bottom line from her, the gist of it was, that is taxpayer funds, belongs to the county, and it's up to the county administrators and the board what we do with it in our budget. It's not collected to pay them. Well, thank you very much. Anybody else? Before we move on, if not, we're going to go back to number 4, the board to discuss solid waste operations. Gary?
Before Gary, Mr. Judge, I'd like to provide the board with some a financial, just a very simple financial analysis that we did that looks at the last 10 years of solid waste operations. And what we did was we compared the actual expenditures to the total revenue received. And then we accounted for your personal services, which is all your personnel costs, operations, then we added the tipping fees, so y'all can see that on a separate line, and then rolled up the total operations. We accounted for capital expenditures, and this goes from 2008 to 2018, and then the balance at the bottom is just a working cash balance. This does not take into consideration any cash carry forward or what we have in reserve. This is just to demonstrate to the board, this is what we've got coming in, and this is what we have going out. And I know that the tipping fees have been a point of discussion over the last few years. The 2 columns on the end, I provided a 10-year average, and then compared 2008 to 2018, increase or decrease. And that's just to demonstrate just how the expenditures go up and down. So if you look at the last column, you'll see that comparing 2008 to 2018, we've had an increase in our personnel costs of $125,000. Our operations are decreased by almost $30,000. And that tells me that we just continue to cut our operations as far as we can. Operations have been continually that budget has been decreased throughout the years, to accommodate our budget constraints. The tipping fees are actually a little lower, and this is just comparing the 2 years, than they were in 2008. And this isn't what's budgeted, this is what's expended. And then you see the total operations, the total for those two line items is down $35,000. Our capital expenditures fluctuate through the years, but you can see over the last few years, if you go all the way back to 2015, we have not had very large capital expenditures. Those are expenditures for our containers, for our compactors, for our heavy equipment. You can see how low that is. And then if you look at the total expenditures, if you compare 2008 to 2018, the increase is $121,000, which is not very much over a 10-year period. So the last row, just like I say, it shows your cash balance. The revenue hasn't changed very much over 10 years. I would say that's probably due to, we don't have a big shift in population, so there's not a big increase in our assessment. Yes, sir.
But I've stopped in a minute. Last year, I guess, under the prior administrator, I was led to believe that our tipping fees had increased significantly because maybe a lot of city folks were putting garbage in, and we went into a great effort to give out cards and all that. This doesn't
demonstrate
that to me.
Well,
Because our tipping fees is fairly consistent.
except in 2017. And so if you go back to, say, 2014,
Yeah.
and then 2015, they're up a little bit. 2016, they're up. 2017, they're up to $333,000. But if you think about it, we had storms that year, and that always generates.
That's a spike because of the storm.
I would assume.
Yeah.
And when we spend money that we can obtain FEMA reimbursement on, that's not in this budget. So that's in a separate budget. So that would not be reflected in this budget. So it's not something that we would have received reimbursement for. I do see that in 2018, our tipping fees were down. Now, that's the year that we did institute the identification of the cards and the stickers. And I do think that I do believe that had a positive effect. But that's something that we have to continually, stay on top of. And I think that the cards are easily reproduced. I don't know that we've completely stopped traffic of people who are not paying the assessment.
You won't never stop.
Yes, sir.
So, 100%.
How do they get by, if you're supposed to show a card, how do they get by not showing a card?
I just think that as people become familiar to the roll-off-side attendant, that, or if they're very busy, that it's possible that they may not be as diligent, or they become familiar with someone. Now, and I'm not saying we're not asking for cards.
Go ahead.
I don't know that, I think when we first rolled out the program, that, we were very diligent. And I know that roll-off-side attendants are asking to see the cards because I receive complaints. People, don't like it because they feel like, they feel like it. I think the problem may be that people receive multiple cards and they share them, or they're easily reproduced. I don't necessarily think we're not asking to see the cards. But I don't know that that's a fail-proof system. I think it helps, but I don't think it's, I just think it's difficult to make it fail-safe. So before Gary comes to talk to us, I just wanted to take the opportunity to demonstrate with some numbers that if you compare our budget in 2008 to our budget in 2018, our budget is larger, but we have an increase in our personal services. And if you just compare the two columns, I think you'll see that we have decreased operations, we're not buying capital, and that our personal services will go up because, there's just a general increase in those line items.
On capital expenditures, do we use any 1 cent money to balance some capital?
This is the first year that our 1 cent funding has been in the budget, I believe, and
I mean, I don't see any capital expenditures here enough to show that we maybe bought any new trucks or anything.
I believe it's been quite a while.
Quite a while.
If you look at the capital expenditure line item,
Well, in 2010, 2009, we might have bought some.
and then in 2014,
14,
did we
we bought
buy
some equipment.
containers? Where are you? Did we buy containers that year, or
Which year was it?
2014?
We may have purchased some then.
Right.
I think we started at 14 or 15, picking up about 10 a year.
What I gather from this, and Gary, you correct me if I'm wrong, is solid waste is just holding on.
I think that's a fair statement.
That's a fair statement. I mean, we don't have a lot of reserve there, and you can't continue. Like we lease some trucks, that's gonna be an expenditure here. We're gonna have to do something to enhance some revenue, I think, for solid waste. And I thought about it. We charge $140 solid waste to sell. And just by resolution, the board can increase that up to $164, which would be at 10%. Now, I'm not willing to stick my neck out and say I can support that until we deal with this solid waste 1/3 assessment for these RVs. Now, if you got an RV at the beach, and the RV can be made out and generate much garbage, but Commissioner Moody will point out, there's some people live there full time, some of these RVs.
And every RV's got one kitchen, and every house in Terry's got one kitchen, they gonna go to church.
And they need to pay more than 1/3. If it's an RV, they pay the $140, and then we maybe wouldn't have to go up anything. Gary, what you think?
I think it's something to look at, to generate some more revenue. I think we're gonna have to look internal to make it work.
Gary, come on up. Now, Gary has a plan that he, before we go down that road, I just wanted to demonstrate why we all, get anxious when we discuss increasing our expenditures, because we know how tight the budget is, and, how it's looked through the years. But Gary has something that he wanted to show y'all.
And what we did, last time I was here, you guys asked me for some numbers on past, what we generated and stuff, and the ordinance, as far as paying the roll-off side. This is just a sample, kind of, just an example of what we're looking at. Now, the figures on the front page is just something John Singer did in 2001, when he put this out with the ordinance and everything. Stating exactly, what the board decided to go what direction. They had assessment fee, but they also were paying it at the roll-off side for construction debris and stuff. The second page is kind of a sample, if it's in the right order, a sample of what we would give to the roll-off attendant if we started charging. This is just an example, something to look at. What they do is check by the box and basically look at it, what size of trailer and the cost of it to generate. And it's just a rough graph, just looking at it. But if you look at the third page, this is the revenue, kind of based on cubic yards that we lost last year, total. And if you go down, it's C and D, and it tells, we took out all the containers, and we kind of took out couple hundred, I think it's 200 tons on the side, and basically it's 148,000 on C and D that, we pay besides household garbage. And that's kind of rough. It could be a little more, it could be a little less, because we don't have a scale, so we'll guesstimate by the cubic yard. Now, on the yard debris, we're pretty close on it, because we run the cubic yards on it, and the container, but it could be up and down, and it looks around 78,000. And we don't charge for the tires or the batteries or any of that. They just bring them in. There's a limit on how many they can bring, but they could go, 3 or 4 times a week, and we absorb that cost too. And just roughly, it's around $227,000 that we lost last year by not charging at the roll-off side, besides household debris. The fourth page, if you look at it, what we're trying to do, and it's just a rough graph of exactly what we're looking at, and the assessment we all know is covered household garbage. But what this does, the charges will be levied to all the customers, resident and non-resident and commercial businesses. It just holds the person that's bringing the waste accountable for paying for it, basically, is the way I set this up. And what we can do is, like on that copy, when they come in with a load, we check off, there's 3 copies, we get one, they get one, and Annie may, if we can figure out the matrix of how to make it where we're no below her. And we would pick them up daily, the next day, maybe do a master sheet, break them down and everything, where she could just do the, collecting or something like that. And like I say, this is just something for you guys to look at, but there's a lot. I think the whole gist of it is, we could gain some cash flow this way. It's a little more work on our end, but if it would help, where we could get equipment and fencing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know there's people in the audience that want to talk, and just as soon as the board, finishes our discussion with him, then I'll open the floor for y'all to, y'all can talk, On the batteries and the tires, do other counties charge an additional?
Some do, yeah, some do.
And
If we
most
take,
of them are just a few, do you have an idea?
I could check and see, the ones I talked to, they charge on, this is where I got a lot of the information, like Livo, Alachua and stuff like that. And they have scales there, and they basically, they don't take anything but household debris, and they charge for yard debris, construction debris. That's what I think Madison's kind of, they kind of mimic Madison's plan there.
Do you send those tires also?
No, I do not.
Well, also tires.
They do.
And there's I think it's $125 a ton.
It is.
That also pays
Right.
for somebody to come and pick up the tires.
I
Like
think,
when supply a semi-container, with the tires can sit in it.
right.
Until you wait next month and come and get some of it. Then you pick up that semi and drop off his. But we're paying a rental fee on that. So to dispose of tires is not a cheap proposition.
It is not, and I think the company Barnes, I have to look at their this year's prices. We used the company that was there when I came in, and they may be, I think, also may be at $3, they may be at $2.50 or something like that. Not much difference. But also it does, once in a while somebody will throw one in a container and I'll sell a flagging on the side of the store.
Yeah, we charge you that. It's in the load.
And basically all this is just an overview so you guys can look at this. I don't know, if you guys want to go up on assessment or look at this or what, but it gives you an idea that maybe we could generate a little cash flow.
All right, now, let me, if I may. We had a discussion at the prior workshop about yard debris, limbs. And if I recall, you said maybe we can put a container and have the attendant be vigilant and make sure nothing went in there except limbs or garbage, and that we can transport that out to the incinerator. that would keep us from having to pay a tipping fee at $1 for the limbs, which would be a slight savings.
And that's what we're doing now. That's a roll-off. You're talking about for a contractor or just?
Just for the system.
Well, you're saying if they got, somebody threw some extra stuff in there, and.
Well, if it's contaminated, then you can't use it out of the incinerator, you're gonna have to take it off.
And I could check, I think they're doing a lot better job, we school them a little bit better, and I think we're doing a lot better job. Last year, we probably pulled in at the incinerator, just an average for them, if you did an average, probably 35 truckloads a month to the burn site. And I don't know how many to offset it, it may be 2 or 3. What happens is, with our roll-off sites not being really chain link fenced up, when they come in there at night,
They mix it up.
they mix it into with the limb bins and stuff like that. They just throw it from one container into the other looking for drugs, I think. And the sheriff's department, I guess he's gone. I was gonna bring this up in the last 3 weeks. I don't know how many people they arrested, but if I was guessing, anywhere from 5 to 10 they have at the road. He told me out there that they have been catching people left and right inside there, and they've got them for burglary.
Now, what you were saying, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I am, what you're asking is everybody, not just a contractor, but anybody, that took limbs and all to the roll-off, that would go to the incinerator, right? Not just contractors, but any.
Well, it does now, but what happens is, if you got a limb bin here and class 3 here, side by side, at night, it happens all the time. They'll come in and they'll dig through that class 3 and throw it in the other container.
Got people, you mean it in truth?
Yes, they will. And once in a while, we get somebody that comes in with a load of debris, yard debris, but we don't know underneath that he's got treated tubifores or something like that.
You can't burn that.
You're right. And
Now, here's where I'm coming from. All of us hold elected positions and we answer to these citizens. We've been taking C&D, you know, that's those concrete blocks and worn-out mattresses and refrigerators and all of that junk, as a service to the citizens. And we also take yard debris. Now, to stop that, say you can't do this anymore, it's going to be very, very, very unpopular.
I agree with 100%.
I mean, our phone is going to ring off the hook. What do you want me to do with this stuff? Old piece of fence wire or whatever that I need to get rid of. And if you don't have somewhere for the system to carry that stuff, it's going to wind up in the woods or on the side of the road somewhere.
Well,
And to me, it might be more palatable to increase the fee and generate more revenue that way and continue to provide this service for the citizens. I bet you tell me, don't take any limbs at the roll-off site. If you've got limbs that you want to dispose of, you take them down here to Hampton Springs and calculate the fee. This is $18 worth of limbs. Down there, well, that won't work. I mean, who's going to haul a load of limbs from Steenhatchee?
Oh, I agree.
You agree? Yeah, or from Cedar Island, the Blue Creek. Or you can think of that matter, it's too far. Now, if you start cutting the services, the people are going to complain. And there are some relatively painless ways to generate a little more revenue. And then tighten up on the list. Think about what it would cost our citizens if we said you can't put anything in C&D out here in our roll-off site. If you need C&D, call Wayne Pro and get you a $500 dumpster and fill it up.
Well, what I was looking at, this is kind of what I was basing it on. We've got people coming in with multiple loads. And I don't think it's fair to the county for them to dump 10 loads of house debris out at one time.
They'll try to stop that.
If you charge them coming in the gate, each roll-off site.
All right, now, once you start charging it, the officers round on the roll-off site collecting money.
Well,
Or we would use an invoicing system.
we would do the invoice system where they don't touch the money.
this is in place. I collected for animal control, I do boat grant fees, so we could work with that.
Okay.
And we
The
could
only
work
problem
with-
is when they don't pay,
Well, I don't-
after 30 days.
And that's what we have to ask Conrad exactly. We looked at this thing, and this is just a rough draft, just an idea, that, the residents still could bring in. Now, me personally, I don't bring in limbs and nothing in my house, because I'm gonna probably burn mine, I'm gonna call
I
it.
burned mine, so I got.
C&D, I don't haul a lot of, once in a while, I'll haul off a couch or a chair or mattress, but I think we do have a lot of people abusing that when they tear down a house, and who's ever bringing in the waste is generating, not the household waste, just the C&D or whatever, class 3, they have to pay for that coming in where we don't.
All right, the clerk can take on the responsibility of the invoices in the billing.
Now they get the invoice.
Yeah, we
They're
can
not-
invoice.
Yeah, well, they get an invoice there, and you get it, and then the people are gonna have to come up and pay.
Right.
Then you got to have staff to determine who's paid and who hasn't paid.
We'll do the same way we do boat grant. We got one outstanding boat grant fee.
And we did that, we did it for 6 months for Annie Mae. We collected them, and when I was down there running it, we collected them, we did a master sheet, and we turned them in, I think every day roughly, and, I don't think we had any glitches on it, and it's similar, there's a lot more volume here, but it's just an idea for you to look at, I mean.
But
you
I
gotta
think
look-
you ought to add to this refrigerators, stoves,
Mhm.
and washers and dryers
Right.
as another item there because.
And like I say, open to suggestions,
Right.
and this is just for something for you guys to look at.
Just for the appliances, I got a call, and a gentleman from Steve Hatchie, who is a businessman, he's called me several times lately, and he called today, and he was not gonna be able to be here tonight, but he explained again the problem that they have down there. There are lots of people down there, lots of construction, new construction, and, rehabilitation of homes and everything, and they're quite concerned down there about what they're gonna do with, I guess it's called C&D, when you're, the contractors. So,
They're supposed to rent a
Supposed to rent a dumpster.
If every contractor's supposed to have a dumpster sitting in that yard when they tear a house down, remodel one, and put it in.
so if you're a citizen and you're doing, you and your children or grandchildren are doing it yourself, then they're expected to rent a $500 dumpster to tear down a,
Well, and right now, if they got a car and they pull in there and their truck isn't identified as a contractor, they can bring multiple loads in, but with the assessment, it was designed for household trash only. With this thing, if you're looking at, they would have to pay to do that, just like anybody else. It keeps everybody honest. If the city came in or a contractor or whatever, they pay the same amount coming
well,
in.
he said they would, be glad to pay it, they just wanna,
I think the system would solve that problem.
yeah.
It's
Because
all
you
over.
gotta pick up
We
a
can manage it.
scrap lumber from a good step, carry it down there, and is that $14 or $12, small pickup load, $12.
And I talked to Madison, and I asked them, I said, how strict are you guys? They said if people pull up there and got 6 feet before, simple stuff, you just go ahead and let them dump. But when they bring in the truckloads and trailer loads, that's where it gets, what happens is, Greenville ain't open through the weekend. And people on the weekend, of course, are doing more cleanup, weather time. We clear out all the containers empty. A lot of times by Saturday afternoon, we'll have Steve Hatchie, there'll be 4 or 5 class 3s laying full. Well, we have a few cans we can swap out, but we can't haul any loads to Greenville. And that limit, we give out a room. That's
So
what.
what happens then if somebody comes with it?
They'll come back Monday.
Well, we try to accommodate. We work a lot of Sundays, just trying to pull cans from other sites and move them out. And that's what we're up against. I think it would keep everybody honest and everything, like when they did go to tear down the house, and you got the guy pulling in there 5-10 loads a day, he would go get a container,
Rather than pay multiple $12 or $18.
coming in. And
I think this would work.
it's just something to look at, just something you guys look at.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
This invoice system, would the people who wanted to dump here use their card, or would you allow somebody says from the city, to have a agreement.
I think,
Would you allow them to
right.
dump it?
I think you could look at it either way. If you wanted to, get that revenue from the city, that would give them an option to come out there, and if we could maintain pulling this stuff, you know, truck-wise and all that. What may happen either way, it's gonna come down, the yard waste, a lot of people will start burning versus bringing it in, I'm sure. And so that gives you more room for contractors out there, and, I mean,
Now, if we take city county refrigerators and C&D and crud, we're gonna have to carry that off, and the county's gonna be paying the tipping fee for the city residents. I don't know if we need to go there now.
well, and I just say that's just an option.
That won't work.
I don't wanna go there, they need to fill their own.
They need to fill their own trucks, but they haul it, not us haul it.
And why I'm saying this is because we're getting city people right now, and we can't control it. You know, they're coming
But
in.
if there are a few that come by and we can control those few, they gotta pay. But to publicly say, we're
Well,
gonna.
they're coming with the cars, there's people in the city, like, there's people that probably live in the county, got multiple cars, like she said, and giving somebody in the
I know
city.
people
But
that
there's
live,
people that live in the city that
That's got county cars.
And
property in the
I do
county,
too, yes, I do.
you
How
know.
we can eliminate that is have a sticker on it. If you have a place in the county and you have a place in the city, you have a sticker on the truck that you got from the county. You know, you could haul that stuff there.
You can't pass the sticker along the car.
Well, you know, if you put the sticker on one like hunting club sticker, it's like I got on my truck, I got the county dump sticker on my window. But now, if I could take them cars, I could give them to anybody that go, you know, tear down the house and use their car.
Next time we issue, let's don't give out cards, give out those stickers.
That's right. Well, I got an idea, and it might not work, but now Gary, think it is, if you had one site, like the Colton Cemetery site, that's the only place they could carry limbs, that's the only place they could carry batteries, and they could carry asphalt, and they could carry tire.
Absolutely.
And you had somebody on site to take their money when they come, and it wouldn't have to put the burden on anybody. You could take one person, run out, feed that money box when they come.
We could do one, when Ted was here, I gave him that, I showed him, we could do one in the north end, one in the south end, and
That's
one
right.
in town.
That's
where I thought would be the best way to
And-
do it.
You'd get the money, you wouldn't have to burden sending paperwork and her having to worry with it, people not paying, but a lot of them ain't gonna pay if you just send them a bill. They ain't gonna pay.
Then probably kind of commission, what you think, that bill from.
But like I said, this is just an idea you
But
guys can look at.
you could upgrade a one side or two sides to take it and have somebody there, when it opens up, they're expected to load, make sure it's nothing but limbs, and then you pay me the $6 or $8 or whatever, and it'd be done with.
And like I said, the catalyst of it, you know, last year in revenue, if we were charging them, we would have maybe gained $225,000.
And then go to nothing but the stickers, that stops a lot of that passing cars around. And we need to really stress the point to the city to go ahead and step up to the plate and build them a roll-off site for their people, and that'll be over with so far as that.
Okay, I want to go back to Steve Hector one more time, because, I've got this person's name. So if we're limited to what we can take down there,
I don't think they're gonna limit, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I mean, in terms of space, you know, if you've had a lot of activity on Saturday and they pull up with another load and there's nowhere to put it, and they've already hired somebody, loaded it on the trailer or the truck, what can we do about that?
Well, right now, I ordered some more cans. We have some CIP, so we got some more cans coming. We haven't run into that. The only time I know, one night, late, 4 o'clock, he called me and said, Gary, I'm playing pool. I said, I'll tell you what you do. I said, how much is in the metal can? He says, 1 fridge. I said, let them dump in there, and that was this Sunday. I said, just fill up the metal can. We didn't lose $1.50 by doing it. And that's where worst case scenario, if it happens really bad, they could maybe have to drive down to Blue Springs is the worst thing. But with the new cans, we can swap out, we're gonna get, I think 7 and 3 coming in, so it's 10.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you the name of this person, and maybe you and Gary, y'all can call him and talk to him. He's been very nice, but
And he's a contractor?
I'll just
Okay.
let you know, I know who this is.
And,
Oh, okay. Have I talked to him? Okay.
explain things to you, and then you can help him, but, you know, if I live at Steinhatchee, I wouldn't want to drive all the way
No,
to this
no.
place. In fact, if I lived at the beach, I would hate to have to drive to Steinhatchee, and I've got several loads that day, that's a lot.
That is a lot, and honestly, Steinhatchee generates a lot, they really do.
You said they do.
They generate a lot, and, I don't see anything but getting more. You know, they're growing down there, yeah, they're growing down there.
They're growing.
What's the more can?
Okay, I promise you, okay, Ursula, you wanna come forward? Yes. I talked to y'all about this a year ago when we were in a budget crisis, and I brought the numbers. You can contact, our county tax collectors, and by not charging everybody the same fee, we are leaving over $200,000 on the table. Right there, that man could operate on it. He's running a deficit for years. It's not right that this person pays $40, $43, and this one pays $140. And it's not just the RV. If you own a home and you only come down here part-time, they still charge you $140. And if you own an RV, they charge you $43. Do the math. At full bowl at $140, that's $11 and change a month. There is no place in this country that you can pay that amount of money and have trash service like they do here.
True.
I also know that a lot of the out-of-towners, out-of-staters bring in the tires and stuff that they cannot dispose of in their dump, and they bring them down here because the county will take it. And then they're still paying $43, which is $3 and change a month.
Right. I'm all for it.
Me too. But you were opposed to it last time I talked to you, and now you're rolling around. But this man needs money to operate.
Yes.
And if we do not take our baby steps to improve this county, it's never gonna happen. What's fair for you to pay and what's fair for you to pay should be the same thing for the same service. Now, we've got some people that say, oh, I've got hunting camps, and those people come down during the hunting season, and it's not fair for me to pay $140 a year when, you know. Now, here's the solution to that. If you don't wanna do that, and that you have 4 or more campers in your hunt camp, you're, under Florida statute, you're considered a camp lot. Therefore, you can get a dumpster and come in and rent that dumpster just for the 2 months or 6 months or however long that your people's gonna be there, because I know they're not there 12 months out of the year. And then you don't have to worry about the city, the county dump roll-off site. That's an option for those people.
I think qualified as an RV park, get out 80.
Call the state, they're gonna want you to pay that 12% on the
Well, let me give you a different scenario. I got 3 pieces of property. One at the beach, I stayed 1 week down there last year, I paid $140. I paid $140 at my house, and none of it's rental. Then I have a hunting camp that has a mobile home on it, and we pay the camp fee for that. So I'm paying $240 plus the 46, whatever it is. To dispose of garbage down at the beach 1 week.
Okay. Well, that, in essence, is the cost of ownership.
I understand that.
There are three different scenarios on the cost of ownership, and, the second scenario is operating costs, and that's part of your operating costs, because many other people in here have more than one property. I'm not trying to offend you.
Well, you are offending me because I can't get but one place at one time.
You're not the only one that can like this.
That's why this board went that route before. And I know there's probably some abusing that,
A lot.
but all you gotta do is call the tax collector and tell him that this one's staying over here all year.
And I've heard that before from y'all, and you say call the tax collector, and then if the tax collector starts on this end of the district, by the time he rides down to the other end of the district, checking to see who's full-time, who's part-time, and all that, he can turn around the next day and drive that same route, and the scenario will change. There's actually people on the tax roll that have not paid their taxes, but are still able to roll off go to the roll-off site. Yeah.
Well,
There's part-timers that, have no objection whatsoever, that have their main residence in another area or in another state that are all valid. You've got one sitting right there.
Georgia people don't care. We want a beautiful place to come to, we want to have that facility open, we want them to be able to operate, and for their people to be paid a decent wage. That's how they think. It's not about, it's not about one person, and I'm not trying to pretend you're
Well,
that.
one of the things is charging people who use them. If you care, just like Jim said, if you're a trailer load or something, you pay the trailer. The 140 was designed for household garbage only.
Exactly.
Not all this other stuff
There are
that's being
campers
paid.
that come down there during scout season that generate more trash in that short period of time than I do all year long.
But the thing about it is, what kind of economic, benefit is it to Taylor County for all those people that come down? They go to the stores, they go to the gas stations and all this kind of stuff.
They spend money.
They spend a lot of money.
Yes, they do. And they don't mind paying the extra of what the regular residents there. He has a part-time home, he lives in Georgia. He pays $140. How much trash do you think he generates?
Well, just like with me at the beach, 1 week, I paid $140 for our session.
Mr. Cooper, do you mind paying the $140?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Well, my situation, I've got,
I did a poll on
I've got
one,
5 properties, I pay 5 times $140.
and I understand that as well.
And I don't live, but
I did a poll online and asked you, I gave a subject line of what was in the newspaper, and the majority, want to charge the same amount to all county property owners, $140 a year, majority.
while we're going in the hole, if anybody said a while ago, that 140 is for your garbage out of your kitchen only.
Absolutely, and I agree with that. In addition to that, when you have, the contractors and all that, you can sell a little credit card type thing where they come in and scan it, and then you'll know how many times they've run through that thing in a week.
That's right.
I can't handle another sticker on the car. I've got reentry stickers, fishing stickers, boat passes, and now you want me to do this, I'm gonna be able to see out the window soon.
I understand, but if it's the roll-off side, if they wouldn't take nothing but household garbage and then charge for all the other stuff.
And like you said, if that's what it's designed for,
That's-
household garbage.
we need
Pay
that.
$140 a year, that'll get that man above water, and then institute something a little further on down the line after we think about it, a credit card scanner, credit card type thing, scan it, and then you'll know if your neighbor's taking 27 loads of stuff down there in one week on a household pattern.
That's exactly right, and that would work.
And she doesn't have to staff and the paperwork.
Exactly, she doesn't need more than she's doing.
Exactly,
Her
she's
plate's
her
full.
job now and then some.
Her plate's full, and she'll balance to that. I've been up there and seen that big as they can be.
Uh-huh.
They don't need no more. And Gary could actually set up a site to charge the money and have somebody there to take them and
See,
make
that's
change.
gonna run into a thing too, we're gonna have someone run down there and pick up that money and account for it every day.
That's not an issue. Before we go any further than that, that's why we had to stop it before.
It has to be something that's billed in advance and
Gotta be
paid.
tangible on it.
Well, we got into an issue before with the auditor taking cash at these sites, which is why we stopped it.
Correct.
And from what I recall, we stopped taking cash. The assessment was raised to the 140, I believe. But over the years, I think everything's been diluted to where we just take everything people bring and then we don't want it in the woods, we don't want it, at the end of roads, we don't want it on the right of way. So it just seems the lesser of the evils just to take it and now we're where we are.
Well, and we've been real lax about, like we're saying, we've been lax and we took all this stuff and now look where we are. Look where we have been for the last few years with, not having enough of, revenue to operate the way we should. So it's time that we've got to make these changes. If it means that everybody that owns property pays $140, and even $140 is not that much money.
It's $11 a
cheap.
month. $11 a month.
Yeah, it's not a lot of money. So, if you own 5 properties, then
That's $55. It costs more than that to have, trash service in a town.
Now, let me make a point here now. Gary needs about $200,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not for charging the 140 and then making everybody pay for the limbs and the C and D and generating $600,000. let's don't collect more money from our citizens than we need to make this thing run.
I agree to a certain extent, but the off-the-wall things like the refrigerators and things like that, make them buy a tax. It could be an annual tax, or it could be a one-time.
Anything with metal, we make money on, you know, it's pretty, we make money on that.
Yeah.
I mean, start out with 140, everybody across the board, and see what you can.
See what happens, and then you.
Just do it easy, and then you're not creating more labor
Yeah.
for her department, her, and everybody else.
At least it's a baby step towards
Absolutely.
this
And
problem.
that takes that financial burden off the county as well, trying to cut here to pay here and rob Peter to pay Paul.
We could look at that for a year and see at the end of the year where we
You
are.
come back and see what,
And then
if
if we
he's
need
able to float.
If we need to do something different, we can. I appreciate your input.
And another thing that's been told me before I leave, the lawn service people. They say that they are required to buy a city license, which I'm all about that, or a county license, I'm sorry, but they cannot roll off, go to the roll-off site here, they have to take it to Dixie County. Am I correct on that?
Well, if they're
We
contracted,
don't let any contractors in, it's stated on it's coming in, no
So
contract.
see, that's something that you could tell them, an annual tax, at X amount of dollars, and if you put the little skin
And
in
they'd
there.
probably rather do that than to travel all the way to Cost City.
Absolutely. I mean, we require them to buy a business license, but you're not allowed to do business here and dump your trash.
That's a good point. What do you think, Gary?
But what happens, with,
I'm gonna get to you.
when you start bringing in contractors, and this is where we're at here, and if it's, let's say limbs, right now we're taking 35 loads a month, and, you know, we're tight on trucks and stuff like that. If you increase anything, you may have to hire another truck or a driver. You see what I'm saying? And we gotta figure this out. If, what we're trying to do at the roll-off site, because the roll-off attendants call me every day. Hey, Gary, I've got a guy that's come in here 5 times. Well, I don't know what to tell him, how many loads this guy can bring. Like, a good example, he can come in, truck driver can, full of cans, drive clear to Perry to dump it. By the time he comes back, that can he put there is already full. It's just nonstop. To keep up with the pace we're at is pretty painful because you can't control the volume.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna let someone else speak.
Do I have a schedule from Citrus County?
Okay, well, let me let this gentleman, he had his hand up, and then Sue Ellen, you'll be next.
So,
Go ahead.
I'm Travis McCoy, I'm a security too. I got an idea for you that came to my mind. I know you can't do county-wide waste collection. I know we looked at that a number of times. But Steam Hatchie is part of the consideration, and it's a heavy population center. My guess, and of course I haven't run the numbers, is look at doing curbside in only Steam Hatchie as an option. I think you'll find that has some economic benefit. The second comment, that was from me personally, from the company, I work for 4 Rivers Lane Company, is just keep in mind balancing those charges to what it pushes. Every time we do something to a roll-off site, or we do something on charges or whatever, quite frankly, we're going to clean it up.
that's exactly right.
And we haul numerous loads without any compensation of B&D, roofing shingles, limbs, trees, and we catch somebody occasionally, but getting the state attorney to do anything in this county is impossible. So we have been able to get some restitution from the individuals to not pursue, but to keep that money, if you will, for the to come.
Good point.
Thank you.
Sue Ellen.
I contacted several counties within Central Florida, because that's where primarily I'm from, and, I'm actually going to do this as well. Everybody had the same ideas, and I know this issue of the $140 with everybody paying with so many, properties. In Citrus County, they do by vehicle. They do annual, for household, trash, it's only 8 30-gallon containers per week of household garbage. I mean, their county is bigger than ours. I mean, if we're generating that much trash, they need to calm down. And the only way to do that is to you know, bring down how many bags of trash you have versus bringing all the trash in. Because we live at beach. I see it myself. They come from Georgia, Alabama, Kentucky with trailers full of trash. And sometimes if they're staying here for a week, they'll bring it every day for a week. So that you don't notice that they're bringing it from up there.
Because they have a tax down here.
Yeah. So doing it by vehicle will eliminate the $140 on property. So you do it by vehicle, everybody, I mean, this is their schedule for Fisher County. And they have pass holders for senior citizens to keep you in order, usually like, if you pay annually October through December 31st, it's $68 per vehicle. That right there eliminates people from changing their passes to everybody and whatnot.
How do we track how many garbage bags of garbage they put in a week?
Because they're attendant council. I contacted the director.
And then he chalks down, Travis McCoy, he brought in 6 bags.
Yep.
And then he Travis Keller does next week, you over the limit one.
They do 8 bags, container per week of household garbage and yard waste. If you have yard waste and a garbage bag, they just pull it out.
And you only get a limit.
Only get one.
And we don't have a lot of trash in the woods if we did that.
Well, we're gonna have trash regardless, so we have to figure out which way to go. Do we do 140 to everybody, or do we do it by vehicle?
Yeah, I would not be in favor of the vehicle.
So, I mean, but.
140 everybody, that's all.
But you also have to think about the individuals that aren't paying their taxes.
People paying more for Netflix than they are for garbage service, $11 and something a month. I mean, they paying for the cell phone and Netflix and everything else, a lot more than they
But
pay for,
they pay for all that before they pay the property taxes too.
a lot more than they pay for the garbage. And they got to haul the garbage off, they can't keep it at home.
So, I mean, like, on Gate Street, they throw it out there in the woods. And when we see them, we take it back home. I mean, don't be throwing it out there.
Y'all figure it out, let me know.
I know Mark, at the last board meeting, we talked about the 140
You know, they got that.
on tax.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
I was doing the 140. He said he's selling certificates, when he come back next week, he said, no, they're all county. So what happens in that, every 7 years it drops off, you don't have to do.
You don't have to pay.
No.
But, if you
It's a
have a
lien up to 7 years, so if the person dies and they probate the estate, they have to pay the years that's still there. But every 7th year, that $140 drops off.
Now, if you've got a tax bill, and then you've got, in addition to that, $140 assessment, you can't go down there and say, I wanna pay all the tax bill except this $140, they won't allow you to do
They
that.
probably wouldn't, but what the thing is, that you got people that's got a piece of property that's saying it's $25,000 and it's always them. And the only thing on their tax bill is $120.
$140.
And so if they say, well, I ain't paying it, it becomes a lien on the property up to 7 years, and then 7th year it starts dropping off every time.
So Mark was in error when he told us.
Yes, he comes on in there. They're all county certificates.
All right, well, this is some good discussion.
The reason they showing up so many tires down there is because if you buy your tires online right now, you get free shipping, and you can save $30 a tire buying your tires online. They change them in home, and they carry that one. If you buy them at Yardbird, you got to pay $3 for the disposal fee on every tire that you buy there. They add that to your bill.
Same way with batteries, you get a big surcharge on your battery, and you can get
So
$5 off.
what we're doing, they buy them tires online, they take them, change them themselves, and they bring them down our dump stop for nothing, and throw them out.
So, is it the board's wishes, I know we can't vote tonight, but are we looking at making everybody pay the 140? And then just continue to operate the way we've been operating, or?
I don't want to keep operating like we're operating, going in the hole.
I'm saying if we made everybody pay the 140, that would not fix it. Gary?
I think if we increase the 140, if you guys think that's the route to go, there's some revenue there. But I still don't think we control it with the contractors and the citizens, city and all that from coming in. Now, Travis brought up a good, you know, about dumping in the woods and everything. I think that we have to step up with the sheriff's department, and when they catch somebody, I think it's state law, littering in it, just write them a ticket, where it don't have to go to the state attorney or whatever. It's just write a citation. I don't know any man.
Well, when they issue a ticket, if the weight of the garbage is under 50 pounds, it's an infraction. If it's over 50, then it's
Okay, makes sense.
court ticket.
Now, if you find trash on the side of the road that has the mailing address, we call the sheriff's office.
We call the sheriff, I
On
call
that
him.
individual,
Absolutely.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, and I make a habit of doing that, and I've even, like, a couple weeks ago, we found some, they dropped the whole truckload, and the Shady Grove people were picking it up when I got there. It was a whole pickup load. I stopped them, I said, hold on, let me call the sheriff. They came right out. In fact, there was a gunner right there that was there first class, and he went to the house. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
We got a gentleman right here,
I was gonna say that you don't want to see.
he needs to speak, and he's got a picture on his phone there of a house at the beach, a full camper sitting in the yard.
Just come forward and talk to us. You said you're all night, I want to hear from you.
I saw it on the
Mr. Maloney, you're tired now. Come on, both of y'all.
I just came to listen.
That's basically what I did too. But I'm just thinking about Cedar Island. Keith and I hardly ever go over there. We don't have a marina anymore, no restaurant, and I don't have really any reason to go back to Keith. But over at Cedar Island, we've got, and it's getting more numerous and more numerous. You've got 3 trailers on one lot, and some more done bringing them in, and you got 2 here. I think every trailer, you've got 3 trailers on the lot, and the thing is not enforced, make every one of them pay $140.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna, look, y'all gonna offend somebody, whether it's them or whether it's me for what you do. And I'd rather part with them, but I like to do that.
Well, the problem is if you've got one property owner that owns this piece of property and he's paying his $140, his children or friends or whoever come and bring in 2 or 3 more, then that's not on the record.
That's what that is.
Let me make a suggestion. I've spent a lot of thinking about this RV situation, since I've got some friends down at the Chicken Inn at Cedar Island who've got my attention about it. And I rode around Sunday afternoon and looked at probably the same property where there's 4 under one big shelter over there.
Yeah.
And they got, it's all in one lot, and I don't think it's grandfathered in.
No, sir, we've addressed that situation. I got an email today.
Well, my point is this, we don't have a tracking system of who brings in an RV and connects. I say if you go to put an RV in at the beaches or wherever, you need to come down here and pay your
Get a permit?
get a permit. Second, hard place, put your RV in. And then we can get a database, go get somebody hired, inventory where all these RVs are located, find out the ones that are not in compliance with the ordinance, and make them comply.
Well, like I said, you're gonna have to offend somebody.
You're gonna have to offend
Whether it's
somebody.
them or whether it's me or Lee or any or
The
y'all.
RVs don't really bother me, except when it's just too many in one place.
One don't bother me, but when you got 3 or 4 right here, they're all sharing one water bill, they're all sharing one.
You want one grinder pump?
Yeah, one grinder pump, you know, paying the share, the taxes right there, months behind me, that's what they do. They got 4 RVs there, they got 1 power pole, they got 1 grinder pump, and they're all using that.
And running garden hose
Me,
so we could
you know, I'm paying for the full deal, and it kind of POs me off. Plus it drops mine and his property values.
Yeah,
I
bad.
mean, we've had houses for sale constantly.
Mine over a year.
Yeah, people come look at the houses and they look over there, now, we don't need a house. I don't like it. Nothing not good about it. We need to rewrite that rule that Lonnie House made
some kind of way. And I gave John a copy of all that, it's all in black and white, easily enforced, if we have, he's got it right there. It's easily enforced, I mean, just,
Well, this business about, you can have one camper per lot. And it's golf season, you can have two.
then scout season you can have too.
That's golf season business.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
I've seen people down there, and they must think golf season is 12 months a year. So they sit there all the time.
Yeah, two, now they're moving in three.
And then there's not 3 and 4.
Well, I tell you, I guess I've been ingrained all my life, I worked for Norfolk Southern Railroad, just about all my life. And when I left, we had 2,782 rules in the rule book. All right, they could fire me for any one they wanted to in there if I violated it. So I know what rules are supposed to be done and how they're supposed to be enforced. But down here, nothing is enforced. And you know that too, Mal. Nothing.
Well, I don't think nothing, but this one's not. And you know, okay, I'll say that again. We got a half-time code enforcement person.
Yeah.
And to do what we need to do just with RVs would take a full-time position. Because you've got to identify the parcels. And the RVs, you got to go look at the orders to see if the grandfather in, whether they should have this 1 there, or 2, or 3, or 5. And, or else we need to take the ordinance and make it simpler. But if you bought a lot with the anticipation that we had an ordinance and I can have 2 on there, and then you take it back and say you can't have but 1, I don't know where we stand legally on that.
I think we're getting off the subject.
Yeah, we are?
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about RVs, and that's what you were talking about.
Right, but if we can talk about our waste problem and then maybe at another workshop, talk about
RVs?
this RV situation, but since it's already 9 o'clock and we still got a lot more stuff to do.
I'm hungry too.
Yeah, but, I appreciate your input, thank you very much.
All right, well, maybe we can get it on with that.
Anybody else?
Maybe my life.
Okay,
We're gonna leave.
so, Gary, tell us in a nutshell one more time what your suggestion is.
My suggestion is just look at this plan and see if it's feasible, and the whole thing is that is whoever generates the waste is gonna pay for it, except for household garbage. I think we can orchestrate it financially at the roll-off side. Jim come up if we could, make one huge dump site or something like that. I'm open to anything, but we're basically, we are not controlling the roll-off side as far as everything coming in. There's no way to control the way we're set up. We sell every day.
Bringing in all that stuff and building like that, we sure are not.
There's a guy there the other day, I pulled up there, and he had a van, and he had a sticker, and he had a house somewhere. And I said, he had a bunch of carpet. I go, he's pulling big pieces out of this big van, and I said, you overhauling your carpet in your house? He says, no, I brought that from Panama City.
What did you tell him?
I told him to go on back to Panama City.
Okay. Well, then, thank you for all your time that you put into this and research. Luana, thank you.
So I'm assuming that the board wishes to review the materials and then give us some guidance, because I know we still have contractors who are interested in, using our incinerator, and I think it would be simple to institute the system for contractors. We just need some direction from.
Well, I want to do it quickly, because we're into the spring now, and everybody's redoing the building and all this, that, and the other, and we're going to soon be into the summertime, we've got more people coming in, and so I don't want to wait until a month from now to the next workshop and talk about it, and then have to, go back into another meeting, so.
I'm gonna get that rolling.
But we need to quit kicking that can down the road.
We got to get that rolling. And I talked to the contractors, 4 of them, and they're willing to cut it up in short pieces, and they all willing, they ready to do it. And they ready to pay,
Yeah. So
the county attorney to draft an ordinance for contractors if the board wishes.
For me, I'd say yes, go ahead.
Good.
I agree with that.
Now, what about the 140 for everybody, regardless?
And 140 for everybody? On the solid waste, I don't know, we have to do an ordinance, you just have to,
It's by resolution.
by resolution,
I'd say put it on there.
put it on there, and I would have hoped that Gary would make a firm recommendation. This is the plan I want to do as far as the limbs and the C and D. And here's the rate schedule I recommend the board follow, and let us look at it.
And if you will, on the rates, just look at the rates and see if you think it's, you know, if that's what you guys think is a good, fair rate.
Well, want to break even on this deal, or make a little bit,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. What I don't want to do is that you're working all day on Saturday, and somebody, you get there and somebody said, oh, you can't bring but 2 loads, or 3 loads, we need to somehow or another figure out a way to facilitate that.
And
We
we
don't
can
turn
do,
people away.
and if we get, like we're doing, billing this inventory of cans, we can do the swaps right then, bring in the truck driver, he swaps them out, and then we just catch up through the week, following the week, that's what we do.
Yeah.
And just like the limbs, if you knew you had a dumpster far enough away from them other ones where they were putting the limbs in, that they couldn't contaminate them, you could run, get them and go dump them by you. That's generator.
And we have dumped them
And
across
run
the
right
back, and even used them for C and D.
Right,
We have done that in the past.
exactly, that helped
It's
that.
all these funds, that's what we're here for. That's the truth.
Okay, number 5, the board will further discuss the leasing of heavy equipment.
So I believe at the last strategic planning session, the direction of the board was for us to bring some numbers back to the board of our repair and maintenance costs for the last 5 years, and to also conduct a survey of customers of capital lease to see what type of satisfaction that they've had with the program. So we did a customer survey, and we are passing that out to the board, and we also have 5 years of R&M for the board to review. I think that as far as solid waste, the R&M isn't too bad. It's fairly consistent, except in 2016-17, and that was for ammunition, I believe.
Translation, yeah.
The public works numbers are a little more painful, and it looks like there's been a pretty steady increase in repair and maintenance over the last 5 years. In 2013-14, it was roughly $65,000, and in 16-17 and 17-18, it jumped up to $85,000. So we could easily lease a piece of heavy equipment.
That's $20,000.
And let me, on my truck, what dinged me besides a little, is the cash flow, is the downtime. Mine's getting hit with small stuff, hoses, hydraulic, you know, just like, I got one today that's going to Lake City tomorrow. We've only got 3 trucks from the county to run the whole county with tarping system. When you get down to 2 or 1, it's just,
Can't keep up.
you can't, it's impossible.
Well, and for solid waste especially, we have trucks, I think we have a 2015 Mack that has $239,000. That's the newest truck that we have. As far as and then we have a 1999 International that has over 1 million miles on it. And then there's everything in between. And we have similar numbers with the dump trucks. The newest truck we have for public works is a 2016 18 yard with 81,000 miles. And the oldest truck is a 1992 model, that only has 170,000 miles, which tells me nobody wants to drive that one. And then we have a 12-yard, 2000 with 467,000. The 2001 was 564,000 miles.
Yeah, we realize we need to
Really?
do something different. Tell us about this, leasing.
Well, when we interviewed surrounding counties, we did not receive any bad news. Everyone was very happy with the program. I didn't see, everyone seemed extremely satisfied. I think, a fairly new program. Except for Madison County, they have been participating for 7 years, Liberty County 4 or 5 years, and they seem very happy, which I could understand because you get a new truck every year. So our recommendation to the board is that we use our 1 cent funding and consider maybe starting kind of small, and leasing 2 trucks for public works and 2 trucks for, environmental services. And, you know, that way we could see if we like it, and at least improve some of the fleet that we have currently. We have $180,000 of 1 cent money budgeted for the purchase of a new truck. It would take about a third of that, I think, to lease 4 vehicles. Because it's a little under $20,000 a year. Yeah, 18 for a dump and a little less for a, it's 18 for a roll-off and a little less for a dump truck.
So your recommendation is to get 4 trucks,
Yes, ma'am.
and, it's still gonna save us money.
I'll
Try it out, see how
Try it
it
out.
works, and, I don't see a problem with
I
it.
no problem at all, I think the way to go.
I talked to another contractor about it that rents a bunch of trucks, and he said it's a no-brainer to rent a truck. He said he said you don't have to buy no tires, you don't have to buy no transmissions, you don't have to worry about the warranty, he just, you know.
Now, we'll have to buy tires.
I know, you're not gonna wear them out in 15 months.
Oh, yes, sir, I understand.
You're not gonna wear them out.
You know, they put the tires after 15 months back on your new vehicle.
That's right.
So every once in a while, you might buy some tires, I mean.
Right.
So we just wanted to bring this information back to the board, and if your recommendation is that we pursue this and put it on the agenda for the second meeting in April, we would like to start working on this. And you'll still vote on it, you'll still have some time to consider it.
Yeah, we need to go ahead and get the order in, because I don't think they always have a truck.
They don't,
Right today.
especially not the roll-up trucks, correct? Yeah.
Sooner the better.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, here, you got some trucks.
Okay, number 7, the board to discuss the draft feed policy.
I wish our attorney was here for this discussion, but, from our direction at the last strategic planning session is that we wanted to review this draft policy and make any edits or changes or suggestions and bring it back for discussion.
I think the one thing we were talking about is the percentage of people it would take to get this passed. I think it was 65% had to agree to it. Is that what it says? If you look on the second page on the 3C,
So you have to have an applicant to initiate this request for speed humps.
Yes.
And this applicant will obtain a petition from his people that traverse the street. And once they get 66% in favor.
Now, I don't believe this is still a draft policy. I don't believe this was ever approved by the Board of County Commissioners. I think that there were some concerns about this particular policy, and from what I recall, and y'all will have to remind me, the last time our attorney, we discussed that, he had some concerns.
On 3F, if all of the applicants get to 66%, and it gets to the Board of County Commissioners, then the applicant shall fund and obtain an encroachment permit to construct the hump and hire and fund the contractor to build.
That's ridiculous.
That's the same thing as saying, there won't be any speed humps.
I mean, nobody's gonna do that.
Nobody's gonna do all that.
I think it should be, you know, we just need to decide what percentage, we have to have to do it, and then once
We got
there's,
some of this other stuff.
yeah, and once there's, discussion and interest in doing it, that maybe we send out letters to everybody on that street and get their input and see where we go from there. But I think you do have to, you know, it talks about having to, you know, to get some data here in terms of speeding and the number of cars and again, in some areas that's very seasonal. For instance, at the beach. If you go during solid season, you're gonna have a whole bunch. If you go during, December, it's not gonna be very many.
And I will say that back in 2015, that the, direction of the then county administrator, when there was a similar request, was that the board prefers to address the issue through the use of signs and coordinating with law enforcement rather than speed humps.
But that doesn't work.
I understand. I just, you know, I know this has been discussed through the years. So, and I don't know if anyone has any suggestions. It looks like this has come up multiple times, and, you know, it's never been approved by the board for one reason or the other.
Well, I brought this up again because it was brought up when Commissioner Sprague was here. And, I know that on the main road on Keaton Beach, going down to, Hodges Park during the summer, and other times too, speeding is a real concern. And during the summer, you have lots of people, lots of children, lots of people on golf carts, even now. You've got a lot of people on golf carts and walking, and, people literally have no regard for the speed limit through there.
Can I make a suggestion?
Say again?
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Get rid of this speed bump altogether, put deputies down there writing tickets.
Well, that's a good idea, but in reality, it's not gonna happen.
If we have good sheriff's deputies out there and tell them, do your job.
But I can't tell the sheriff to do what to do. We cannot direct the sheriff to do something.
Understood, but if we have ordinances and policies for source revenue for the county, he collects revenue for the county, does he not?
Where does the sheriff ticket money go to, Ms. Taylor?
That comes in office and then it goes to all kinds of agencies.
All kind of agencies. We don't actually get much of it over here, do we? Or any other. Let me make a suggestion. We could ask Conrad and draft us another policy. And I'd like to see in the policy that we have to have an applicant. Somebody on the, what is that road, Keaton Beach, Marina Road?
Keaton Beach
Well, Keaton Beach Drive, somebody has to be the applicant and fill out the paperwork and go around and get the 66% of signatures. Then once this person does that, legwork, then he goes to the engineering department, who knows all the rules about constructing roads and how far apart you have to put these things. And I'm not in favor of these things that go boom, keep y'all all away from that. But they make a hump,
Not a bump.
smooth hump that'll slow you down. And then once we get a recommendation from the county engineer that this is a safe, it's feasible to do this, 66% of the people want it, then we need to decide how to talk this through, who's gonna pay for it. county. I don't know how expensive these things are. Expensive enough? $3,000 a piece?
Yeah, just the asphalt alone would be a couple grand.
Yeah. And you put them in series of about 3?
Obviously, depending on the characteristics and how long the road is,
But say it costs $3,000 to put in a set, or $3,000 for each one in the set.
it would be, if you use a load of asphalt, it's $2 grand for every load of asphalt.
Woo, okay. All right, Ursula, want to tell us how fun it is?
I talked to the, road department, because all the residents of Cedar Island, especially on the main road, have wanted a speed bump coming in there for years. Traffic doesn't, the number of traffic vehicles that come in the winter slows down. They seem to speed up more so in the winter. I mean, in the summer, it's a train wreck. And the road department, I believe, quoted it was either $4,000 or $6,000 just for one speed bump, and we had to pay for it. And I said, well, I'm talking about like maybe just a little, a dead man's curve where they have that, you hear the noise.
You have a lot of complaints with that because it wakes people up at night.
And then he said that wouldn't work in that area, that we would have to do what you're talking about, the elevated bump.
I remember
But
Conrad
it was
talking
somewhere
about
between
liability, fuel nut.
Yeah.
It was between $4,000 and $6,000 just for one.
Well, I mean, in terms of the liability, everything is a liability.
Oh, I'm surprised no one's gotten killed down there yet.
We don't need to generate one of those, we ain't got to. I mean, but if
But
it's
what
a,
about the liability of all the children and the people on golf carts and the old people walking?
oh,
You can't have
Walk
walk
over
summertime,
and
you
there
can't.
are people on a motorcycle.
I heard Conrad said the liability was about these both bumps. I don't know if he's talking about the smooth elliptical hump.
Yeah.
So maybe I can send the draft policy to Conrad and ask him for his opinion as far as any liability. And, ask him if he could rework this a little bit and our staff can work on it as well.
Somebody somewhere in the city tell Anthony got them all over the place. Somebody else probably got a problem about how they pay for them.
Well, we have a draft policy, I'm not sure why it has never been adopted by the board.
Would you just find out from, state of Leon County, what is their state? How do they fund it? And what percentage of people have to agree to it? And it'd just be interesting, but if the majority of this board is not interested, there's no need in wasting your time, Conrad's time, or anybody else's time, for that matter.
they had speed bumps at Keith Beach at one time.
But I'm talking about humps.
No, it wasn't actually hump, it was
Yeah.
plastic
You could
pieces
tell
that
them.
went over.
I think Mr. Sadler had some put, and they left it about the front.
People pulled them up and threw them in the ditch.
Yeah.
They pulled them up and threw them in the ditch because it's waking them up at night.
Yep.
Right. But the humps is actually the asphalt, it's a big, but you cannot go over it real
And you got to have some signs saying you can't go over a hump.
And every
Speed
one of them,
ahead.
it says speed hump ahead.
Right, 5 miles an hour, speed limit.
Now, I do know that the sheriff will be at our next board meeting, to discuss some of the grants that the office has been able to obtain. And I do believe that one of them may be a speed enforcement type grant. And it could be I'm just speculating, but I'm wondering if that grant, has perhaps given him more personnel to actually enforce the speed limit. And it could be that situation has changed.
But it's determined by the number of tickets, right?
Well, yes, ma'am, but I think that's what we're discussing, and that was Commissioner Murphy's suggestion. So it could be that we could reach out to the sheriff's office and see if we could ask for some increased enforcement in that area.
We can do that, but I remember not one ounce of faith in that, because since I've been here for 10 years almost, I've had many calls of people complaining about speeders on their streets, including school buses. And
say you were told that we don't have enough staff, only got one here, one on this end, or this, that, or the other. I mean, I'm not saying that to be critical of law enforcement. That has been the case, and I understand that, but my point is, don't think it's gonna fix the problem. Because I just don't think that's gonna happen. That's just my humble opinion.
I know the city sets up enforcement on the bucket road, and if they're not going over 15 miles over the speed limit, they won't even fool us. So if it's 30, they got to be going over 45 before they'll even run them down and give them a ticket. So right there, you know, coming about toward Winn-Dixie there, they'll be doing 50, 60 miles an hour right there at Winn-Dixie, and they give them a ticket. I talked to one of the policemen about it. He said, yeah, I write tickets every time I sit there. He said, they'll be doing 50 or 60 just before they get to Winn-Dixie on Thursday. You know, but he said a lot of them are 40 and just under 45 in that 30-mile-an-hour zone. And he said, you know, that we don't stop there.
How many are dismissed, Annie?
I'm not gonna comment. I had the computer fixed, so I can tell you, if you wanna know some of them out there.
Well, let me just say, is the board interested in this or not? Because I don't wanna waste anybody's time.
I've been
I mean, if you're not, that's,
in it, but if it's gonna cost, a lot of money, I think that would kill my interest.
well, we'd have to certainly
You have to
have
identify.
we'd have to have this identified, that's right.
50-50 split between the applicant and the county, I don't know.
I don't think that's what,
That won't work.
I mean, it's the county's responsibility to provide for public safety as far as we can afford it. If we can't afford it, we can't afford it, and I understand that. But I don't think it's the citizens' responsibility to have to pay for their safety. I mean,
I'm all for this, let's pursue it. It's the right thing to do.
They gotta derive the benefit from it, so if you did it,
It's
for
going
the
to
people
back
that
on
drive, just those people.
And then you run into
Right,
fifty,
because
you
they-
can't get one out of it.
Nobody else can get the benefit.
just come down and sit at my house. And talk about.
I'll put out a traffic counter, I mean, I can collect speed information on it if you like. I'll put it,
Yeah, that would be the way to
we
start.
just got it back today.
If you die, then start with.
Okay, so we'll work on
I
that.
don't think it's how many cars is coming by, I think it's how fast they're coming.
What
Well, it's
I'm
all
saying,
right.
I can tell you how fast they're going, we can tell you what hour they were going at, and how many
Really?
different vehicles, yes, ma'am.
That's
We do
good.
that every time we collect traffic information.
Well, about Easter holiday, when the kids come down to the beach, put it out.
Put it down there for a week, and then bring it to see your
I
eyes.
told you this weekend that every parking space was filled to keep the beach above ground, and we were on the side of the road already.
2 days in a row.
And we're not even into the 50.
No. Okay, let's move along. We want to get out of here. Okay, number 8, the board to discuss the draft internship policy.
I don't want to be in it, but I'm for it.
Me too.
No.
All right, go to number 9.
No.
Well, what I would encourage the board to do is to, review these documents and, we would like to, this was, generated in discussion in the strategic planning session. Our engineer discussed with the board the possibility of having an intern for his department.
I'm all for it.
All for it.
But this is a countywide program.
So, necessarily has to be the union.
Correct. That's the way this,
I think it was a great idea.
and, so I think it's very informative, it's very comprehensive, and, if the board agrees, we would like to put this on an upcoming agenda for consideration.
You have a chance to read it, and then I'll say yes.
Yes, sir. And the funding would be, each department's responsibility. I know Kenneth has identified the funding source for the internship program that he has in mind. But I think it would be nice to be able to partner with our local vocational program or colleges or universities and open this up to some of our students.
I mentioned that about 8 years ago, a couple of times.
So
We
we'll,
use the summer youth program. I've used it myself, 3 different summers, I believe.
Yeah, I'm all 100% for it. You wanna talk about it, or?
The only thing I would suggest, and, Luana just brought up this question when she was reviewing it with respect to the compensation that's stated in the policy. And that was mimicked after the Department of Transportation, the state. They, irrespective of what department it is, there is a rate if you are at a certain education level. That being a sophomore, junior, senior, graduate, whatever. And her question was, that rate relative to other wages within the county agency. So what I kind of looked at was going back to the pay plan that was approved, the pay study several years back. There's actually a trainee category in there, and it makes reference to if you were to be in a training status, suggesting that you don't necessarily have all of the KSAs or knowledge, skills, and abilities of the full position, that it would be suggested that you compensate them at 10-15% less than that position's salary. So what I was thinking and suggesting was that perhaps instead of having hard and fast rates, what we would do is key it off of the position that you're going to be fulfilling, but let that be at, let's say if you're at a graduate education level, you're at 95% of the average pay plan study wage for that position, 90 for senior, 80 for junior, 70 for sophomore and vocational. That way it's a tiered approach, and it's a unilateral criteria that, irrespective of what the position is based on the pay plan study. So it's not a hard and fast number that you have to put in there, but it's a tiered effect that's representative of your education level.
and I think our suggestion, taking that into consideration, was that something that we could include in the job description. I don't anticipate this generating a large amount of positions within the county, but I think it's something we could easily address within the job description. Instead of necessarily having, you don't have hard numbers in that policy, because my concern is that we would bring in an intern who is basically at student status and pay that person more than our existing staff. And I think we need to take into consideration how to work it in as far as our pay plan and really look at those numbers.
Well, certainly you wouldn't have to offer benefits, correct? Well, if you don't change this, but not more than 40 hours a year.
No, ma'am, that's every pay period. I did the same thing. So it's 40 hours every pay period, not every week. I did the same thing.
So it would be 40 hours for a 2-week pay period.
Yes, ma'am.
It's up to that, the way it was written originally.
Bring it back.
Thank you.
Okay, number 9, the board to discuss master project plan. Yes.
So this list is getting ordered.
That's good.
Yes. The projects under construction currently are the library roof replacement, the Harrison Blue Collection Center improvement, the airfield lighting project, Blue Spring Collection Center compactor, Coastal Canal no wake signage, that is for the Genesee River. Host site campsite construction, we are obtaining quotes for that, and Forest Capitol Hall generator installation. The equipment has been ordered for that. Under small projects, we have airport property tree removal on site, that's ongoing. Forest Capitol Hall roof repair fair, that has not been scheduled yet. Animal control storage has not been scheduled. Supervisor of elections, concrete pad and roof, we are obtaining costs, working with the supervisor of elections for that. Shade covers for playground equipment at sports complex in Hodges Park. The shade covers were quoted at $20,000 each, which was our fear. Relocate the drain near the intersection of Mexico Road and Eagle Beach Boulevard, that is scheduled. And our boat ramp lighting project, we have not moved forward with that as yet. Funded with a start date is the airport property tree removal offsite. We did receive a BOCC grant for that. Airport solar farm, feasibility study complete, land transfer complete. Actually, that's not funded. That's a norm. Oh, I'm sorry. Transportation enhancement, SDOT, which is a sidewalk. To begin design work in 2018, construction scheduled for 2019. Under conceptual awaiting funding, we have to go through office renovation. We have requested a legislative appropriation for some improvements at the courthouse. I do not know if we'll be awarded that as of yet. Resurface Forest Capitol Hall parking lot, we are obtaining measurements for resurfacing now. Security lighting, Forest Capitol Hall parking lot, we actually have signed a contract and to install lighting in the parking lot area, and that will be on the next agenda to be ratified my signature. Dead man's curve realignment, I believe all of the property owners have been notified and we're awaiting response from them. The Steamhacky Boat Ramp docking project, that project is over budget, and we are resubmitting an FDIC grant for that project. And the mobile home renovation, that is not eligible for FEMA reimbursement, so I went back to the staff on that and asked for some options. And I'm waiting for some bright ideas on that situation. Keaton Dig Sand, I believe our marine agent is still working on that project. And then under our road project, we have House Road is under design. East Ellison Road is right of way and permitting review. And Kenneth, you need to let me know if you have any updates. North Ellison Road, right of way and permitting review. Solar Cutoff Road is under design. San Pedro Road was advertised, the bids are over budget, and we requested supplemental funding from DOT. Houston Tanner Road is under design. Pinecrest Road is under design. Ellison Frisk is awaiting design. Gas Plant Road is awaiting design. Water Road awaiting design. Road striping is almost complete. We have some warranty work scheduled. And Contractors Road is partially complete and awaiting DOT program. And that is all we have left on the project.
There was nothing about Hampton Springs, right?
No, it's on there.
Where's that? Campsite construction.
Yes. That's under construction. We're obtaining quotes now. And
to do what?
For the concrete pad and to move forward with that construction project for the campus.
Okay. One day I want to share an email with you and the board that I received. It says, this was from, her name is Dear Commissioner Siegel, my husband and I are snowbirds from the state of Michigan, currently traveling from Indian Shores on the Gulf to the panhandle of your beautiful state. We are visiting several springs and routes. We spent the night in Perry and drove to the Hampton Springs site this morning. This historic site is beautiful, and we enjoyed strolling and photographing the park. It was a pleasant visit. However, I want to let you know the condition of the restrooms are disgusting. They were beyond filthy. There was a bird's nest in the sink and disgusting debris on the floor of the ladies' room. I ventured no further. The men's room was no better and littered the remains of a shattered sink. I can't imagine why they were even open for use. They were unsafe and unsanitary.
the neglect appears to be long-standing. It left a horrible memory of what was a pleasant business. As the Taylor County Board of County Commissioners is listed on one of the park signs, I believe you have the authority and responsibility to address and resolve this issue sincerely, Evelina Bright. This was so embarrassing. And I know we've been talking about this and talking about it and talking
We
about
kicked
it.
that can all the way down that Hard River Road.
And this is, and I sent the lady, I apologize, I just tried to.
I don't know how the rocks were removed.
I said, you know, we have a committee and, you know, try to get some fun. I hope you don't judge our whole county on that, but this was so embarrassing for people to come through and to see that and say it. So we need to do something, whether it's close that damn thing until we can do something, close it up, barricade it. I don't care if you have to put dump truck loads of rock around it so people can't get in, whatever. This is embarrassing. I mean, it's not, I know you just, you know, I'm not saying it's your fault.
I understand, and I think my fear would be there are so many ways into that park. I don't know how we would keep people out.
Well, they can't drive in there, and they have to go around through the woods and come in another way.
They do, and that's what they do.
Well, then we need to somehow barricade it.
I think,
We have to have a fence, like, make it hard.
This time of year, that people really gonna use it now, I mean, they gonna really come right now. What we need to do is cut them bathrooms up, so they can't open them and tear their nails up in them, because they need fixing. If you don't have somebody living there, shut that gate at dark and open in the daylight, you can't keep no bathrooms there. They can't keep the bathrooms straight at Keaton Beach at Hodges Park, so sure can't keep them down there if nobody's looking, you know.
I don't know how they're getting the law. I mean, we have shut the bathrooms more than once.
Well, we need to lock them up, and where they can't get in, barricade, whatever, and then put a sign out there, no restroom facility, so that people like this
Don't wander in, I understand.
It's important, like.
I made my first trip out there last year. In addition to the restrooms, the parking lot itself was covered in human feces.
Yeah, I mean, so it's not, I remember you saying.
And then they come out of the woods from the campground at Rockies out there. The crackheads come up in there and do their thing up in there. And there was needles and stuff like that everywhere.
Look, what would it take then to put a fence that people can't get over between the RV park and?
I think it would, honestly, I think it would be easier at this point just to try to get that host site constructed and get somebody out there than to go to the extent of constructing a huge fence that would probably be climbed over. I mean, people seem to be very persistent as far as getting in there, especially with the summer coming. I know we have obtained a quote and we've worked on some other aspects of this. I think we're getting close to the point where we can start this program. I think I would, if it were up to me, I would say that our energy would be better spent to move forward with this. And I realize there's been delays.
I'm all for that. We need to go ahead and do that. We've talked it over a year, and we need to go ahead and do that. And I saw that issue there. And then we can redo that,
And we don't do it that same, do we?
we could fix the bathrooms back up on what they got there.
Tie into the bathroom, the water and the
Is
fuse.
it close enough?
I believe so.
So all we gotta do is pour slab and get a power cord.
Well, we have to actually get somebody out there, but
Well, that might be our headache there.
I don't think so. I think that if we tap into the campsite host program that is nationwide, that we could probably tap into that.
And you know,
Maybe somebody local.
you're gonna have to get the right person, because most of these people, I would think they're going to a nice park and they're just gonna be there to just take care of a few little problems here and there. They don't realize
Yeah,
the extent of the problems that we have there, and if we have a problem from nearby, I mean, it's gonna take a really right person to deal with what they're gonna have to deal with.
I know. But I think once we got through the initial portion, that it would settle down. there is a presence there, I think that things will settle down. Because if you recall, when we talked about this last year, you know, there was a discussion of just surrendering ownership of the park or closing it. And there was so much public outcry at that time that that was not palatable. So, and I do realize there's been a delay in this project because we're short-staffed in that area. But I think if we just continue trying to inch it forward, we're getting very close.
Well, we had a public outcry, we did, but we still have horrible conditions. Nothing has changed in terms of the public's abuse of what could be a beautiful place. And I mean, you know, when you start trying to get somebody out there, I guess you're going to have to say, we want you to keep the crackheads out and the, this and that and the other.
See, that's making a safety issue for people who.
I'm telling you, I think it's going to be hard to do that.
But remember last year, Mr. Mincy approached me about putting 2 officers out there that would be more than happy to go out there and live in a camper. And while they were off duty, they could patrol the place and such as that.
That's what we need.
Yes, and then that way it would cut down the liability on the county because they are actually a licensed officer.
And they have the
And
authority
he
to
had
do
2 young
something.
men that were, willing or interested at that time, but that's been, what, year and a half ago.
And what do you think about that, Commissioner?
Well, I don't think so much about that, but Joe Manley offered to take care of that place
You did.
if we would let him, and he would love to add on to the back of his trailer park right there and on his property there and leave some from us, and
You can't do
I
that.
know, well, no,
You got almost $1 million in grant money for
Yeah,
that.
grant money, grant dollars to do that.
do what?
The grant money won't allow you to do it. They got almost $1 million grant money for that part.
But they said after a certain length of time that it wasn't
I
important.
don't think so.
Now, that's
We
what,
have to go back and look at the grant, but I don't think so.
I think that's what somebody said. I mean, I'm not sure about the lease business, but I'm pretty sure after a certain period of time, they said it wasn't important. But
I want to check that.
if he closed it, if he had it cleared out between his park and there, and he shut the gates and opened them every day and kept the place clean, I mean.
A lot of times it's held in perpetuity with grants like that, but I'll check.
Yeah, let's check it, see.
And see if
It's not his people coming out of his park that's coming in there. They couldn't do them woods off of the highway right
Oh,
now.
I didn't say.
Coming in there.
I don't know where they're
I mean,
coming
it's
from.
not his renter that's doing it. It's people coming in on 4-wheelers and
Right.
all that kind of stuff.
I think people are coming from wherever because that's always been the location, maybe not always, but in the past, I've heard that it's been a location where people like to party a little bit.
It shift change at the prison, that's a meeting point, it shift change. And that's what's happening at night right there. That's a known fact down that area right there. The neighbors will tell you that when shift change at the prison, there's a crowd there every time.
Okay, we'll follow up. Right. Okay, number 10, final item, the board to discuss strategic planning session follow-up.
So what we did was we just compiled all of the follow-ups and created a column where I could comment it was completed or not completed or when it's on the next agenda. And we have made a lot of progress. I don't know what percentage I've completed or we've completed, but it's, I think, over 50%.
Good. Any questions about anything?
When will we be complete? I guess my question to the board is, once we have everything completed, would you just like me to provide follow-up? Okay.
I mean, sit here and look at this and read it all right now.
Oh, that's fine.
You know, but I appreciate you
putting the time and effort into this. You know, I know we're not gonna let any of this fall through the cracks, you know, this is just a good way for us to know where we are in case somebody asks, just for our own personal knowledge. Thank you.